particular pass that drops down. Cairo's in the top center, and the Nile is off to the right.
The right side of that is the Red Sea, not the Nile.
Oh, wait, no, that's Suez. You're right. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Whoops.
I was zoomed in, no. I did a dumb.
That's a new one.
Right. You can cut that out in post. Just cut it out in post.
The Red Sea and the Nile. Oh, fuck. I was looking at it.
No,
I'm
you do not get to pull that out in post. You do not get to pull that out on post.
I made a mistake. I was looking at it. I'm like, why is the Nile so fat? I thought it was a river.
I thought it was start smoking too much shisha.
You're looking at the wrong continent.
No, I mean, the Nile is in that picture. It's just in that big strip of green and not the fucking Red Sea.
No, that's just
yeah, not the actual fucking ocean over there. Yeah.
I just think you're in denial, okay?
You know, you can't float a ship up the Nile because it's low tide right now. Huh? No, you can get a
change over the course of like the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's only down at the mouth, though. Further in, it'll be constant.
Oh yeah.
And while the details of their past and trials were never meant to spawn, the deeds of wondrous company will live on. Yes, the deeds of wondrous company will live on.
Oh yeah. This is fantastic.
It's amazing, isn't it? You just drag it over right next to you. You can just go and click on it. It's always up.
Dude, this fucking 32-inch screen is fucking massive, though.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the club. Once you go 32,
32-inch curved, it's
I'm
2K.
sitting here with my slightly curved 48-inch widescreen, and I'm just
I'm
like,
sorry,
so
no.
much floor space.
I thought the 32 was too big. I prefer the 27.
I've got 3 32-inch monitors.
Holy
all the screen
How
space.
big's your fucking desk?
It's like a 6-foot wide desk. I'm gonna get a man's desk. I'm gonna have a desk. I'm not gonna fucking like be the guy crumped into the corner.
No, I got a great fucking setup.
Oh, you got the vertical one. That's sweet.
No, it's not a vertical monitor. That's just how I have it set up.
Oh.
I have it set up overlaying, and that way I can have access to everything at once with the thing with the stream popped out, sitting in the back.
It's useful, huh?
I need a third monitor, just so I could DM that much better and not have to toggle.
Yeah, 3 is the perfect number.
Just have it full of like 4 different notepads. Alrighty. So, recording's going for the last time being. Some of the party is going to be a little bit late. That is okay, because we had some side stuff we wanted to do before beginning with the main adventure and journey and continuing on the main mission.
Sleeping in the car.
Yeah, they're sleeping in the back of the plane.
He's coming down to the back seat.
He's a little bruised.
Oh god, I thought he was driving.
I know Torin's driving.
Thorin's driving. Nico's got a little battered. Last session, we had you guys finishing up some chores in Greece, saying goodbye to Nico's mother dearest, and meeting with Patroclus, the ancient Myrmidon brought back to kind of act as the eyes and mouth of Poseidon for the time being in trying to reach Nikos.
Nikos kicked his ass with only a little bit of help.
Just a little bit, not too much help. But a little bit of groveling and help, and some heals.
Oh my god.
But,
I love how much RCR gets fucking dumpstered in his Instagram comment sections.
Chris, we're in the D&D session. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, fuck off.
Fucking, yeah, after a nice little training montage, and getting some new items and abilities, the party is regrouped, made their way back down the hill, left the city of Larissa to return back in Athens, where you guys are prepping your plane, getting everything set up. Nikos will be hanging out with his mom for a while, and Leroy is probably getting some things put together and articulated, leaving the 3 of you to take the sort of shopping list and idea that you guys were wanting to look around for, and go out in town with the couple hours that you have before the plane will be departing.
He's buying up another beaten stick for Torn.
And I'm trying to check my notes here.
Dedicated one.
I believe Wilhelm wanted to find the blacksmith, which we'll have to tackle once he gets here. Let's see, what else were you guys wanting to shop or look for?
I'm looking for a 35mm camera.
Ah, yes.
Torin just heard they were going into town, and so he wants an excuse to take the car.
Alright.
Sitting there wearing that fucking chauffeur's hat still, like just resting on the idling wheel.
Oh my god. Yeah, you still have that chauffeur's hat.
Oh yeah, he's wearing it.
Yeah, so the three of you clamber up inside the car, and we'll get making your way on out to town. You get directed to the kind of northern main district of Athens, where there's a lot of sort of malls and stores, and a fair bit of kind of open markety feel, keeping it semi-authentic as best they can as far as like food and grain and stuff like that goes. You said you were wanting to look for a camera, so for the first thing, where do you think you would find a 35mm camera? What would you be looking for to try to find one of those?
At this point in time, probably a camera shop would be a dedicated place to look.
Good point.
Good shit. I was gonna see like, I wonder what he's gonna look for a pawn shop or something. Alrighty. Roll
Let's look
me
for the Kodak
investigation as you guys roll around town looking for a Kodak.
Just
And-
pre-Kodak.
What? Nah, fucking the first Kodak was like pre-1900.
Yeah, but this is pre the quick Kodak ones. Cameras
Oh,
are still
yeah.
more complicated than that, but they do have them down to being handheld, easy to use. As long as you don't want a lot of quality. 15, by the way.
Okay.
I believe a few sessions back I proved categorically that they had 35mm cameras by 1936 in
they do.
decently large-scale circulation.
Yep.
This
I'm
is
pretty sure that's
They did,
correct.
yeah.
So-
You want the collapsible one or the cinder block one?
No, they
cinder
had
block
they
one,
had
of
they had the
course.
real small ones that are like
They had the, what was it? I think it was the Ektar H35, if I'm looking at this correctly. It was like the little bitty ones that you'd see like bombardiers using and stuff.
I think it was 35mm.
Let's see, 1936. Let me double check and see.
No shit.
Yeah, they had little 35mm cameras.
The Kodak 35 is brand new in 1938.
Holy shit, I have that camera. The 1936 Olympian, I just looked at that. Oh my god, we have that in Grandpa's little lockbox.
Yeah, dude. 1938 is when they released the Kodak 35. The first U.S. manufactured 35mm camera.
Alrighty.
I think it was invented by the Germans.
The Germans did have some, yeah. They called them the Berlins. So, with that 15, you're able to navigate and kind of guide Torin to pull you guys up in front of this little camera store. Looks like it's got cameras, film, they do printing and things of that sort, occasional little projects and stuff. Almost like a precursor to a more camera-involved, like Kinko's or UPS type store. And yeah, you guys will be able to make your way on inside, and let's see here.
Oh, where does this door go? Oh, that's the black room. Oops.
Oh shit! No, don't open that door. Oh my god.
No.
No, close the blinds first. God. God. Yeah, as you guys enter in, a couple doors on the side where they're like developing rooms and stuff like that for personal use and for rent. You got the little shopkeep in the back. You got a bunch of cameras up on the wall, all different assortments of film and panels, and a lot of those cameras that you put the big slide in and you open the flash on the side. some of the older school ones. Yeah, you got a nice old kind of typical Greek gentleman just kind of standing by, looks up to you, kind of raising a brow because you obviously do not look local.
Do any of us speak Greek?
Uh-oh.
I speak
Oh.
Greek.
Nikos does.
Shut up! Yeah, but Nikos is asleep in the back of the car, isn't he?
Yep. He's hanging out with his mom.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, we left him behind.
If you wake him up, he'll snap into his other character accidentally.
He's currently dreaming the Star Wars campaign.
Yes.
Oh dear, he doesn't appear to speak. This might be time for the classic
I'm,
of conversation, pointing at things.
I'm gonna go for it, and I'm just gonna ask him, do you speak English?
Kind of tilts his head a little bit, gives a little shake of his head no.
I'm gonna ask him in Russian. Do you speak Russian?
That's a chance.
Squints his eyes just a little bit, looks down and spots the Orthodox cross and more nicely shakes his head no.
Just gonna have to point at things.
You're Orthodox too. Look, come on.
Yes.
Torrin's behind Peter, miming taking a picture with like a camera.
Roll me, oh god. Roll me, performance.
16.
Torin mimes out using a camera and taking pictures and looking like a tourist. And after a few moments, like, puts his hand to his chin, nods a couple times, kind of giggles a little bit to himself, and will walk back and start looking for a couple cameras. And he'll walk forward with one, a little, like, kind of wooden box, sits it down, and looks to you, taps it twice, and then puts two fingers together and kind of rubs them.
Is it the kind of camera we're looking for?
Don't know. It's a small camera, though. It's in a little wooden box.
Can I take a look at it first, or is he gonna stop me as I reach to take a look at it?
He'll kind of lean back a little slowly, and he'll let you open it up and take it out. Let me get a picture here, and let me post it in in-game images. And then let me actually copy the name, because...
See, when in doubt about languages, mime things. How do you think I communicated with people before I learned English?
Yeah, you kind of grunted.
I figured it was kind of parallel with you growing up.
Learning English is one thing, learning how to speak it was another.
And this is the little camera that you pull out of the box. Little 1936 made Kodak Bullet.
I presume this is the 35mm that we're looking for?
It would work.
Some top-of-the-line tech here. Did he gesture for the price, or no?
He's kind of giving... give me a insight roll.
He did rub his fingers together, very clearly asking for dough.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't remember if he gestured.
Well, with that
number
nat
as well.
20, as you're asking yourself this question, you look at him. Oh yeah, there's no price on this camera. It is a haggle price. And he's kind of got that look of like, haggle, trade.
Haggling without language.
I'm gonna put 85 generic money units on the table.
I love generic money units.
They're just intertransferable.
Hey, can Torrin look at the shop to see the kind of if there's any hint of pricing for other things that are similarly camera shaped?
Roll me history at
Is there a fucking
disadvantage.
tag on it or something?
Roll me disadvantage history.
19.
Looking at the walls and your very vague amateur knowledge of like cameras and photography and pricing around them in film, everything in here, if you do a little mental math, seems to have a maybe like 5 to 10% uptick of like from manufacturer price.
That's fair.
But nothing seems to be too egregious.
Well, I mean, like, what is the price? That's what we're
On
looking
that
for.
camera, compared to looking at some of the other 35s on the wall,
I have no idea what cameras cost, so I can't even start to
Me
estimate.
neither.
I'm
But,
doing the Googling.
I mean, I'd assume.
$85 would be a lot in 1936.
That would be
That's a
shit
lot of
ton.
fucking money. That's
Granted, cameras were pretty fucking crazy, like new things still. So I mean,
He'll raise a brow really high, match it with the other brow, look to you, and kind of tilts his head a little bit and starts looking to the back corners of the room, and then looking out the window a little bit. He's starting to look a little paranoid.
Too much. You're giving him too much.
I'm gonna try and mime film rolls. Like,
He'll reach
10
down
film
and
rolls.
he'll reach down, grab a little case of 15, and
imagine Peter
set 'em
holding
up.
up both hands like 10.
10. I want 10. He'll bring out a little case and it's got 15 rolls in it, and he'll set it beside the camera in the little box. And he'll kind of look down at the 85 generic money units and kind of reach forward a little hesitantly to take it, and then go over to the little money machine, slot it in there, and you see him start to count out, and then stop, and then starts to count out again, and you realize he's pulling out all the change he has in the drawer and is starting to like put it back in and then recalculate again, starts actually typing on the keys, punching it in, eventually walks back to you. Unfortunately, it's mostly 1s and 5s.
No. While he's doing that, I'm gonna take the camera and film and just gonna walk out.
Oh. Yeah, as you're walking out, you see him kind of turn, and he's got a bit of money in his hand, and he kind of stops and looks to him walking away, looks to you, Torn and Hachu, and gives kind of a...
I've got everything I've wanted so far, so...
Can I roll
I'm pretty happy with
Constitution
this.
save to walk away?
I just go
Roll me
look.
a
I never seen him
charisma
spend money
save.
before, so hey, he could just be bad with money. I don't know.
Roll
Like,
me a
I don't know what a
charisma
camera
save.
costs. I'm going with I don't know what a camera costs, and he took the money. That's good enough for me.
The save is specifically for Torn to be able to walk away and not take the money he's trying to give back.
Yeah. Charisma
Charisma?
save. Yep. Like your hats,
I'll
that's
be
a lot
waiting
of
in the car.
money, and with half your paycheck gone, that almost compensates for it.
How much does he give back?
He's got 55 bucks and change.
Damn. I vastly overestimated what a camera costs.
Torn's just gonna nod his head, go, thank you. He's gonna take it.
Add 55.50 to your money count, Torn.
I tried the roll.
You just took Peter's money. You stole from a man of the cloth. How do you feel?
You try to be nice to people, and someone else always messes it up.
Fun fact, the Kodak Bullet in 1936 was a whopping $2.25.
You're fucking me, right? I'm actually surprised at how cheap that is. I thought it would be
Wow,
at least
me
like
too.
20.
Well, that's
I
25.
very bottom end.
That's
So
25 nowadays.
So he still took a pretty fair cut.
Oh yeah.
That's still an absurdly low amount. 25 bucks? Like, what's a DSLR? Or what's even like a cheap photo camera cost?
Like, well, that's the thing. Kodak was always renowned for making like the cheapest but like cool, reliable cameras. The Kodak Bullet was like the reason I posted that one. It was made in '36. It was one of the very first like the grandfather to what would be disposable and like instant cameras and stuff.
Now the real question is, did he really steal Peter's money, or did he just What are the ethics of this?
Well, he gave you a full box of 15 rolls of film, so.
No, I mean Torin.
Oh.
What are the ethics of accepting that back?
You know, that's for Torin to figure out.
It's a very morally gray area.
Let's see.
Yeah,
In
he's just gonna-
36, a typical camera, including most Kodak models, would cost around $10 to $20. Your average ones from Leica would be upwards of $100.
Yeah, you see,
But even here, it still
that's
mentions the introduction of the Kodak Bullet for $225 was phenomenal for your average citizen.
You see, that's what Peter's expecting, because the last time he looked at cameras was in Japan.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, you're looking at like $100 in Japan for a camera.
So, Torin is just gonna exit the store. He's walking a little stiffly. He's gonna get behind the wheel, put both hands on it, and then just stare down the street.
Roll me a deception roll, Dorn.
20.
Wilhelm, just in case, roll me perception.
Okay.
Just in case. Or
Let me
not
change my name
Wilhelm.
so I roll.
Sorry, not Wilhelm. Peter. My bad.
Like, what? What am I rolling?
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Almost.
Ooh. Oh, I think we're getting a little bit of feedback from you, Wilhelm.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
What?
I think we're
Was that
getting a
loud?
little bit of feedback.
Yeah, it was.
Ding!
Oh, yeah, sorry. That was me hitting a cup with
It's all good.
my mic stand.
It's
I
all good.
apologize.
You're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
camera still isn't
Torn
just yet.
seems dedicated to his driving, but he's just maybe he really likes driving. He's driving like 10 and 3.
Just mad dogging the road, not even
Maybe it's all a pothole or something.
Sweating
Being
a little bit.
little more stiff than usual, but nothing really of notice.
Oh,
As you
yeah,
guys,
this is another pothole.
yeah, add a Kodak Bullet and 15 rolls of film to your inventory.
How many photos is that?
That is if I'm not mistaken here, 24 photos per roll.
damn
Okay.
loaded.
Yeah, it's gonna be enough for a while, although I'm probably gonna spend one roll taking random pictures of random things.
The first, the first roll of pictures that OSS are looking through of like operations, and it's just feet pics in the floor and like one inside the handbag. Just taking random pictures of shit.
Did it come with a roll inside it, or is that...
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Alright, you guys, camera acquired. Wilhelm, to catch you up to speed, the party is roaming around in the car, while Nikos is doing a little mother-son time, and Leroy's doing a little bit of planning and collecting back at the estate, while you guys go out into town shopping. At Peter's lead, you guys landed at a little camera shop and picked up a new camera. It is now your point. What were you wanting to go out into town and look for, Wilhelm?
I know this. I think I talked to somebody about it at the table. I can't remember exactly what it was.
You were wanting to find a blacksmith or a armorer?
Mm.
Because you had drawn attention to the chief of weapons and
That's right,
procurement
that's
for
right.
the army.
Yes. I was looking for somebody to sharpen and shine my my saber. So that is one place I want to go. And if there's any apothecary or the like alchemist shop, apothecary, I want to check those two places.
Alright, calm down one at a time.
Damn, Leica makes the most hipster cameras now.
They do.
Yeah.
They all look antique as heck, but they all
Oren, if
cost
you
like
would-
10 grand.
Or if you would see if you can find me a the blacksmith. I believe the gentleman I talked to last night told me where it is. So
You
I
read
give
signs,
directions.
I drive, yeah.
Wilhelm, give me perception as you backseat drive Torin towards where you think it is.
Wait, what side of the road do they drive on here again?
Greece, the wrong side.
No, it's the
Yeah,
right side.
Do they?
I thought Greece was very
At this
similar
point,
to UK.
No, at this point, the only places that drive on the left are the British colonies and Sweden.
Oh.
Hey, stay in your lane, buddy!
With that 13, takes you guys a little extra time as you're getting closer to the mid-end of the second hour. But you do eventually come across the edge of town where there seems to be a bit of steel industry and metal going on, metalworking. And you do see what looks like kind of a car shop off to the side. And yeah, a little, what seems to be kind of, perhaps not a blacksmith, but definitely a weapons tanner and farming equipment maintainer. Kind of a little open front store type deal with like the housing up above it.
Orin, stop.
Stops.
Slams on the brakes.
Wow. Absolutely, he does slam on the brakes.
What I meant
Oh
was-
God! Jesus!
Stop. Stop gently.
Stop.
I didn't say slam. I said stop.
There's already not enough room in here from here. Like,
He stalls it.
my big ass head hits the fucking roof.
You just accordion spring on yourself.
Boing. Well, I'm going to go into this shop. Does anybody want to come with me?
Yes, I can.
The fuck is that?
Alright, so just the
Yeah,
two
I
of
guess
you
I'll
are
come
gonna
with.
go? Alright,
Shit, I don't want.
Yeah, why not?
as well. Yay, it's a journey, it's a party. Those cameras are hipster chic as fuck.
Yeah, that last one actually prints the photos too.
The first Leica actually looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. It's 10 grand. After
That's
taxes.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. That's a ridiculous amount of money for an old camera like
But
that.
it's
Well, it's not
made
even
by
old.
Leica.
I
No,
don't
it's a
care who
DSLR.
Oh.
I don't care who it's made by. It's 10 grand.
But it's a Leica. It doesn't. It makes sense. Leicas are not cheap cameras.
Yeah.
Aren't they
They're-
Swiss?
They're the Swiss
they're
watches of the
German.
camera world.
German.
This is the company that invented 35mm film.
Yeah.
Imagine
Because in
Yeah.
case you want to know, Canon, their first camera product was a copy of this thing. Well, it was a copy
that
of a Leica.
Man, look at
Because
that.
everyone's camera was a copy of a Leica.
That thing will fit right in your pocket. Imagine sending that fucker to the washing machine.
Oh. As you guys make your way into the little blacksmith and farming equipment shop, yeah, most of the walls are shovels, spades, picks. Towards the back corner, there's a handful of what seems to be kind of not so much usable, but capable, like boar spears and dare I say, melee equipment that you would see on a farm. Machetes, things of that sort. Doesn't seem to be any, like, full-on primary weapons, per se, but you got a rather large, rotund guy standing there. He's got the, kind of bigger mutton chops going. He's got the welder's apron over a fucking wife-beater, like, tank top. And he's just kind of looking to you. Ah, hello.
Hello.
Oh, this
I'm
one
Willem
speaks
Schwartz.
English.
I am Willem Schwartz. I am in town visiting Mrs. Zagdros. I was wondering if you may have the capabilities, or at least just the equipment for sharpening and oiling up a saber.
Of course.
What do you mean? He's right here.
What type?
Shut the fuck up.
I literally pull my artillery saber out of its sheath.
Ah, Prussian make.
Why?
Yeah, I can do that quickly. If you don't mind waiting a few moments, I'll just go back and I can do that for you.
That sounds perfect. Also, do you know where there might be an apothecary or potion brewer or alchemist in town?
Ah, Miss Gretel. She's on the north side of town, just off the main central street. It's very hard to miss her. She's sort of the only tent on that street.
Tent. Cool. Good to know. I mean, not cool.
Oh no, gypsies.
Yeah, I love gypsies.
Cool's not here.
Greek gypsies.
Greek gypsies, like the original gypsy, now Roman,
Romanian.
not
Romanian.
Romanian gypsies, Roma gypsies.
Well, technically, yeah, the Romani, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll
digress on that.
hold a palm out for the saber to be handed over, and he'll take it real gingerly and kind of look it over as he starts to walk back. Feel free to peruse the store. I'll be back momentarily. And he goes back, makes a little sharp left, and you eventually hear what sounds like a grindstone and some other stuff starting to spool up.
Is there a pickaxe and a trench shovel in here?
Roll me investigation.
That's
Also-
what I did. I rolled investigation to look for some things as well.
What are you looking for in particular, Torn?
Like a tool set, like something for some engine mechanics.
Yeah, tool set.
You realize
so
I have
steal
every-
more things with it.
I have every set and can make every set known to man.
Oh,
I can turn any tools into whatever tools you want.
wow.
He is Mr. Techno Man.
Who in our
tool
party
expertise.
needs a knife?
There.
That's not what I meant. Man,
Oh shit.
Here, I'll look for something. I don't know.
Hey, and magical tinkering.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Torn, as you're looking around, Hachu, Torn, you're kind of looking for a tool set, and you find one of those nice, about 2 foot by 6 inch little red tool chests with the little flop up top. It's a little bitty, carry about ones, and you're able to flip the tab on and open it, and it's got one of everything you would need: multiple screwdrivers, a couple clamps, a set of pliers, a set of pipe wrench, a hammer, ball peen hammer, like your typical little red tool chest. It's got everything you would need in it sitting there.
Smaller.
He's not carrying that around everywhere with him.
or
Roll
like I
me-
said, I can make you the tools, or I can just
Roll me
I can
another
carry it for you.
investigation as he's telling you this, and you're kind of looking over the others. Wilhelm, as you're kind of saying this over your shoulder, looking particularly at the shovels, there's a myriad of snow shovels, sand shovels, regular shovels, shit shovels, a couple garden hose. But if you're looking more for trench shovels and war shovels, there's only 2 up there, but they don't quite constitute what you would imagine an e-tool to be.
the sand shovel actually might catch my eye due to the fact that we are going to literally the desert.
It's very rounded. It looks more like a abnormally large spoon.
I have a spade back on the plane.
I know, but we can always do with more.
If we are fighting in trenches, I think we are in bigger trouble.
I'm not saying we're fighting in trenches. We're going to the desert and on a dig, for lack of a better word. Having the tools necessary for those jobs might be a good thing.
I thought we were going to watch the Italians dig.
Yes, but I would rather have the ability to dig in case I need to.
Yeah, you do see a myriad of shovels, sand shovels and snow shovels. There are 2 shorter shovels. They're
I was about to say how long are the shovels.
kind of like the infantry shovels that the Soviets would have on the small of their back. It's kind of like that, but it's obviously not made with the 2 foot long shaft to it. These ones have more 3 to 4 foot long.
Question, could I adjust the shovels as need be, considering I'm an artificer?
Yeah, I mean, if you got a hacksaw and a piece of sandpaper, you could round it off to a trench shovel size easily.
We'll definitely do that. So I'm going to grab a shovel. Is there a pickaxe around?
There are pickaxes. Different types. Some are made for softer ore, some are made for hard ore, some of them have the wedge head, some of them have the very narrow pick head.
I'm going to grab 2 of the pickhead ones. One for soft metals or soft ores, and one for harder ores.
Alright. Yeah,
And I'm going to bring those and just plop them on the counter.
Gotcha. So, sand shovel, regular shovel, and 2 pickaxes?
Yeah.
Alright. Hachu, as you're kind of looking around, what in particular are you trying to eyeball on the walls?
You know what? A nice knife. I'll do that. Why not?
As Peter's
Speaking
kind
of,
mentioning...
who in our party does need a knife, apart from Hachu, who is going to solve his own problem?
I need a knife.
That's not a knife. No, that's a knife.
Torn doesn't have a knife.
He should get a knife.
He's also
should
got
get a
claws.
knife, yes.
Quite true. Hachu, as you're going around, you find a nice little assortment of, they're definitely not combat knives. They're more so your, like, utility and farming knives. Most of them full tang with, like, leather wrapping or very simple, like, wood handles. You got a mix of some of them being, like, fillet and fishing knives and gutting knives. And then a mix of them that are more for, like, general cutting, slight serration on them, kind of like quasi-survival field knife type deal.
Are we cutting generals?
Because they gathered in their masses, that's why.
Thank you for the Black Sabbath reference, by the way. That's awesome. Generals gathered in their masses.
You got a nice little myriad of knives.
I don't know, what's the most utilitarian, I guess?
The general buckskin utility knife. It's your, it's one of the most generic, like, deer horn handled, one side bladed, the other half sides, partially serrated, like, just go-to knives.
Let's go for it.
Bladed and serrated.
Yeah.
Or
For the
bladed.
enemy's pleasure. Are you grabbing one or two of them?
Just one.
Alrighty. So you
I
grab
don't
the
have
knife and you
proficiency
can...
in throwing them, so...
Just gotta learn. Torin and Peter, you guys looking for a knife?
Yes.
I presume Nikos has a knife or something he can use as one.
Yes.
Do we know if Leroy has one? Can I roll on that?
He's got his cane.
Roll. He does have a sword cane.
Would he use his sword cane for? On the other hand, would Leroy do anything that would need a utility knife?
I can't imagine it.
Anytime he's needed to cut something, even like paper, he's used his sword cane or had like a letter opener on him somewhere.
Okay, in that case, we can forgo him. I'll help Torin look for a knife then.
Alright. You guys go over and seeing Hachu kind of picking one out. It's not too hard for you both to kind of meander over there. Are you looking for just a generic, like, kind of utility knife? Or are you wanting to roll for something a little more exquisite?
Generic utility.
Alrighty. Yeah, there's a nice little mix of them made of different, like, deer horn handles and stuff. Right next to the one that Hachu grabbed. You're able to pick one of them up. It's a little bit bigger in your hand than it would be for a human's hand, but...
Oh, that 3-inch blade is plenty.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty. We'll add 2 standard knives to it.
See, it's normal size, fully functional.
A machete for Torn is like a short sword.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking cold in this house.
A machete is like a short sword normally.
So this is a good door for that one thing I was thinking about. Are there any tools/weapons here that Torin might be proficient in the
Roll me a perception.
No, you ain't got shit.
15.
Give me 1 second here. Let me pull up a note.
I got my Bucky's throw right here.
Yeah, it's chilly in my house too.
It's freaking cold in here.
Well, you're also in. Where? Are you in Virginia? Yeah, you're in Virginia,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. It would be colder in Virginia than Arizona.
We got a.
Yeah, it's 23 and falling right now.
Oh, terrible. I think it's still in the 60s here.
It's supposed to bottom out at 15 today, although that's actually tomorrow night.
It feels like 15.
Oh no, that was
currently.
last night. I'm looking at the actual temperature. Tomorrow the low's supposed to be 20, and then it's supposed to go back up into the 40s, and we get some rain, and then it goes back down to the 20s. Of course, we're also like in a mountain pass.
That is true. So it's actually in Roanoke. It's probably like 10 degrees
Trying to
cooler.
look around and find one. Let's see where it is. Because I'm trying to make sure I get the name of it correct. I'll describe it and we'll find it in a little bit.
Sounds good.
More than likely, you guys know it. As you're looking around, your eyes kind of peek over and you see what looks like just a big kind of like pipe on the wall. And you're like, huh. And then you look a little bit closer and you see it's got a couple knobs, it's got some dials and a sleeve. And as you walk up a little bit closer to it, it almost looks like it might be a discardable rocket tube. Until you look a little closer, and as you peek at it, you realize it has lenses on either side of it, and what looks like a little cup in the center of the tube. It's about 3.5 to 4 feet long, and as you kind of fetch it off the wall and hold it up to you, you're able to look through it, and it has a myriad of various kind of gauges and slopes and adjusters to it, and you realize it is a range-finding scope.
No. Oh, would you look at that? I'm buying this.
Is it collapsible? I assume it is.
It is not collapsible, unfortunately. It is rather cumbersome and large, but
Do we
I'll
have a
post
collapsible
it.
spyglass?
I'll post it here. Boop.
Oh, good lord. Torin doesn't want that. No. Is there a collapsible spyglass?
We're looking for a spyglass.
Hey, Wilhelm, this looks more like your thing.
We look every spotter.
Where'd you post the? Thing?
In in-game images.
It's a fucking rangefinder. it's an actual rangefinder for a tank. That's
not for a tank. That's one of the handheld ones.
It's
Why do you?
the German
law
88
that got
crews always had one.
It was a law that got like
Most artillery crews had them.
But yeah,
Why
you got
do you
this
want the?
big rangefinder pipe.
Why do you want the rangefinder, Thorin?
I thought it was a spyglass or a bazooka. It's neither of those things.
Why do you want a spyglass? We can just requisition binoculars.
Spyglass is cooler, and I like polishing brass.
I can't argue with it.
Perfect argument.
Give me another investigation to look around for a spyglass or see if there's any that happen to be hanging out.
Money.
Although I do feel like we might have had a better shot at that camera store than at a blacksmith shop.
Yeah, I just thought of it now, so, you know.
Well, that 20 yields as there are two. You see them folded up on one of the counters in the corner. One's rather girthy, about 4 inches. The other one's got about 2 inches, a bit smaller. Both made out of brass, with kind of a darker tinged sort of sheen to them. And they're both lens downward.
Yep, we're taking a smaller one.
I love downward facing lens. Good position in yoga.
You're gonna grab the
Wait,
smaller
is
one?
Is it a periscope?
No.
Roll me a
I
sleight
heard
of hand,
downwards
Tor.
facing lens.
We're not stealing it.
Oh,
No,
is this
roll
a
me-
church periscope?
Roll me a sleight of hand.
16?
You give it a little pull as it extends, and then extends another part, and extends another part, and fully extends out to about 2 feet.
That's sweet.
I found
Yeah.
another camera we should have gotten.
Oh my god.
What is that?
But, yeah, so Torin now has a 2-foot spyglass. He's gonna like spin in a circle looking through it, and I guess probably wind up looking at the thread count on Peter's shirt.
It's got about a 6 times zoom. The other one you're looking at up on the counter as you do the little twirl around. Just because I really want to. I'll post a picture here that clearly defines the difference between the two fully extended, just because I think it's funny.
God.
Thank you, baby.
He pulled that up quick.
Yeah, we good
It's
thing
had
we
him
grabbed the
all
smaller one.
like just hanging out already. Now that he's pulling up quick, he has all these like things he's searching for, hoping for us to look for him. He has foresight.
120 thread count on your shirt, Peter. That's not bad.
Red count of wool.
I wouldn't expect to. I had to buy this from one of the finest tailors in St. Petersburg. Although it has gotten a little worn since then.
Well, I mean, you've been wearing it.
Yeah, there's some fraying there. Anyways.
He collapses it before he can do any more harm.
Oh, he'll take it, set it up on the counter. Any other items you guys are wanting to look for, or see if it's in here?
I was hoping Torrin would spot it, because he wouldn't be looking for it, but I kind of want it. And so I've been proficient with whip since I started this character.
Why?
Because
Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know what you're looking for, yeah. Give me investigation, since you're particularly looking for this one.
16.
Next to some of the older leather working tools in the corner, you do find a all leather 8-band twined short whip, more for like cattle driving than full like length whip use.
That's
it's
fine.
Sitting about 12 feet.
Oh, we're taking this.
Oh, look at this. This
So
is
that you mean you're
cool.
buying it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not
Right?
that brazen. Yes, he is buying it with Peter's money, probably.
You find
Oh,
a 12-foot
right.
whip, and you can set that up on the counter as well, next to the seeing
and-
glass, the 2 shovels, the 2 picks, and
The
the
counter
2
that is
utility
presumably
knives.
chin level, so you just kind of stand up there and plop it on the table, looking up at the guy.
A whip,
Well,
a
God's not
knife,
there
a
right now.
spyglass, 2 shovels, like just a pile of
Like, what?
shit.
Looking
What
like the
kind of
little
weirdo
kid
buys
setting
it
the little kid setting a box of like cereal up on the conveyor, just like
God.
this one.
setting
Weirdo
setting the
goes to a
candy bars up
blacksmith
there
shop and
so
buys a
mom
whip
doesn't
and
see.
shovels.
I'm sorry, but when you said like the cereal on the conveyor, I immediately thought of Liam Neeson and Ted,
Oh, God.
and that is the greatest scene I've ever seen
Is
with
this
Liam
really
Neeson.
for
in it.
children only?
Yeah, sure. Yes,
Yeah,
I
sure,
guess.
I don't know. You could eat it. Yeah, he comes walking back out a few moments later, blinks a couple times at all the stuff on the countertop, gives a little shrug and kind of a smile, and instantly goes over to the register and starts typing into it, and pulls open the tray, and will look over this little bit of mental math, reaches over, and has in sort of a nice, very cheap, like temporary, but a sort of leather sheath for the time being, hands the saber over towards you. It is nice, it is sharpened, it is cleaned. He got all of the old blood and mud off of the brass handle and the handguard. It's sitting nice now.
Do you happen to have any whetstones or things of that nature that I can use when why'd I go Irish? Oh, because I've been listening to an Irish book. Do you happen to have any whetstones or something? I went Scottish now.
If you got any whetstones, I've
Do you have
got
any
this one
whetstones that I
blade.
could use? I'm listening
You fucking
to a book right now, and they're
do me
literally all
alone.
Irish. Do you happen to have any whetstones that I could use when or anything of that nature?
We have small kits, and he'll reach under the table and pulls out a little leather satchel that seems to have like your entry-level do-it-yourself like field sharpening kit. A little
I'll take it.
whetstone, a brush, stuff like that. He'll set it up next to all the other equipment up there. He'll look back over. Is this all in one check?
Just put in one transaction, but tell me how much the spyglass and the was it the knife is?
Right.
That's not a knife. This is a knife, and I just put my fucking sword on the table. No.
Oh my god.
No, that's the sword.
Let me type it here. Because I'm gonna forget if I try to say it, so I'm gonna type it out.
Oh, Torin, you got the whip too. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then Hot Shoe got the knife.
Torin also got a knife.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Torin got a knife, a whip, and a spyglass.
Yep.
Hot Shoe got a knife. And I got 2 shovels, 2 pickaxes, and a knife sharpening, and a sharpening kit.
Gee, Wilhelm, how come Mom lets you have 2 pickaxes? That should be Torin saying that since he only has 1.
Alright, there we go, in
one
in-game
small one.
images.
Yep.
That's 20.
Okay. That's...
4. That's $26.
And it's a lot cheaper than the 85 freaking.
Plus the sharpening. That's a service.
Yeah, the sharpening was a service, right?
Oh yeah, and the sharpening. Let me figure out what that would be.
Making up on the spot. Just say
Oh,
$18,000. Just
Complimentary.
Fuck it, we'll go 15.
Okay.
That seems reasonable.
I guess.
Can I
don't
roll
know,
to
I've
see how
never had
well,
anything
the-
made.
how good the job the sharpening was?
You don't have to roll for this one. You can tell it's immaculate. It looks like it's newly issued.
Oh, $41?
If my math is correct, yeah.
Okay.
30.
Torin, you
Yep.
owe me. You owe me $21. Hot Shoe. If you want to give me $1, you can, but I feel like it's unnecessary for $1. Alright. Actually, Torin, just give me $20.
Look, you could buy 20 shoe shines in downtown New Orleans with that.
So let's see. 41 would be. This would go to 5. This would go to a 4.
Yeah, shit. I'll give you $1. I'm not a.
Okay.
I'll hold money from somebody for what they bought for me.
Or just give me $20.
Huh?
Just give me $20.
Oh, all right now.
I'm not gonna charge you for a $1 knife. I didn't want to charge Hot Shoe, but he's too nice.
Oh, wait, but okay.
He's going to give you $20.
Of Peter's money.
Of Peter's money.
That you don't know it's Peter's money.
I know.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. We don't know that, but
We know that, but we don't know that.
It's like, why does this money smell like vodka?
I know that you know.
No,
that
because
you're
for
not
whatever
telling the
reason,
truth.
even though I presumably didn't use any, like, amount more than, like, a 20, he gave it to me all back in ones out of his register.
So actually, you don't get a 20. You get like 21s.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Still goes to the total.
I give him $41.
Alright. He'll take that, minus 41 from it, and then add, I guess, 20 back to your amount, so just minus 21, I guess.
Yeah.
And he'll
I got
take it
190.
all, kind of stack it nicely, kind of bundle it together a little bit, set the 2 knives on top for you guys to take, and gives a nice little smile and thank you.
Thank you. The sharpening was exceptionally well done. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. We've been doing this for a while. Oh, by the way, little kobold, if you are using that spyglass, it was on sale. I've been told it has a strange sight through it sometimes. I've never been able to manifest it myself, but perhaps you can get it to work.
Wait, out of character, did I just accidentally pick up a magical item at a shop?
Perhaps.
If I had a spell slot left after that fight, I'd cast Remove Curse on that with how mildly ominous that was.
What do you mean by that?
Thanks for the warning. Good strange or bad strange?
I wonder if we can.
Confusing strange. My son used it a couple times when he was looking out at sea and said he was seeing triremes ramming each other. Maybe it was his imagination, but
How long ago was this?
about a week ago.
Hey, usually it's me I pick these things up.
Hey, you still got your loud hat.
Yeah, we'll try it out inside the shop.
No.
Let's go. We have
I
to
think
get
we
to-
should not try that out within earshot of a city.
Let's get going. I want to get to this potion maker.
Hey, potions. Hey.
Alright, be on your way and have a good day. Hopefully these tools serve you well.
Thanks for the haunted spyglass.
Those things belong here.
Not haunted, but okay. As you guys will
Well,
exit
okay,
on
he's
out and
gone.
pile into the car. Yeah, add, actually, roll me Arcana.
Me?
Yeah.
Can I roll Arcana on it too?
25.
Fuck.
My rolls are on fire, but if we start getting into something that really matters, they're gonna fall apart.
So unless you're actually holding it, you're not able to roll Arcana on it. But Torrin, as you guys are walking out to the car, new little knife on your hip. Everyone's kind of putting stuff in the trunk or getting things into the car. You pull out the spyglass, extend it, and just take a quick idle peek through it, like down the street. Roll me history.
From now on, all these little pictures that we get on screen better be taken with Peter's camera.
19 history.
Actually, yeah, I believe these probably would be. Ooh, okay. You peek through and you're looking down the street. Seems normal, seems fine. You're zoomed in on someone's window. And
Look at people's windows.
you blink once, and for a brief moment, you swear you see a sort of bronze, what looks like the helmet that Nikos every once in a great while dons himself, with a white plumage on top, cross in front of the side of it, going right to left.
Okay. Okay.
Is this?
Do you want to continue looking through, or are you gonna?
Yes, he's panning now.
You're gonna pan and try to track it.
Yeah.
All right, roll me sleight of hand.
14.
It's just enough to kind of maintain. It's almost like the really bad movie effect when they try to show you like a tracking scope view. You're kind of keeping up, and you can see the back of a bronze cuirass. Yeah, you can see his helmet, somewhat longer hair, and it seems like a sort of Athenian hopliter troop is moving up along the wall with his shield up. And every once in a while, I'm trying to keep it stable as he's moving forward slowly. You're seeing the occasional bolt or arrow smash against his shield and embed into it as he's taking fire from arrows in the front. And then one catches him in the knee as he drops down. And he tries to raise his...
Like you.
What?
Used to be an adventurer like you.
God damn it. It catches him just above the shin guard, where they got the brass shins. And he kind of drops down, tries to raise his shield up. And very quickly you see another shield with that history check. Looks like a late Roman scutum, Roman triangular shield. Bash up against it and knock him back as a legionnaire steps forward and drives a sword into his gut, pulling it out. And then another two legionnaires cross in front of the sight as it goes kind of fuzzy and then goes back to the window that you were looking at.
Oh goodness, they're killing each other. When?
Was killing what?
The Roman guy just killed the Greek guy.
Darn, do we need to break into somebody's house?
No.
He lowers the. Obviously, he can't see this when he's not looking through the scope, so he's doing like the check thing, like look through the scope, look through the glass, look with the other eye, like He's closing eyes, right?
As you
Like,
look
swapping
again,
eyes.
there's a dude leaning against a wall in that same spot, looking at like a cart of cabbages.
No, my cabbages!
This. I think this.
What you don't know is it's Diocletian in the flashback.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Wait.
Always is, always
Right.
will be.
What into that guy's cart full of cabbages?
The blacksmith was not lying. This is a very strange spyglass. I think it looks into the past.
Does it just show you what happened in that spot?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think so.
How far into the past?
The Torin would know this. When did the Romans and the Greeks dish it out here?
For about 80 to 100 years in, let me double check here.
Well, Athens only fell once to the Romans, so.
Yeah. The Pyrrhic War, 280 to 275 BC.
Oh wow. So
About 1,000 years ago, give or take.
86 to 87 BC was when Athens fell.
Damn.
Yeah, there was a Roman in the. Yeah. Wow. That is very interesting. Oh, what a find! And then strolling around looking for magical items everywhere. I just blunder into one in a blacksmith shop.
You know what? You know what the funny part is here, Thorin?
What?
You're still going to need a pair of binoculars to look at things far away.
Why?
I mean, looking at things far away, it's just a lot farther than we expected.
Ah,
You want to
Far
try?
away.
You want to try using it again?
yes. Now he's like entranced. He's like, oh, let's look around at stuff.
Roughly where or what you gonna look at when you look through?
Down the street.
Alright, roll me another Arcana.
Down on
24.
These plus 7s might nullify the use of this item for you. I don't know, we'll find out.
What? Wait, what? Okay.
So, the second time using it, I will explain it here. This is the Navigator's eyepiece. If you roll above a 18, you see more than your intended target.
Oh.
If you roll below an 18, it works as intended. An eyepiece.
Oh.
Good luck.
so what you're telling me is I was right. He is going to need a regular pair of
He's
binoculars.
gonna have to either keep rolling low if he wants this to work, or it's gonna be something interesting every time.
He's gonna be trying to look.
I'm making a 10 on all my rolls.
He's like,
I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna be a great ongoing bid for the rest
He's
of
like,
the
I'm just trying to see the window. I don't want to see the guys killing each other.
He's like knocking himself on the head. Come on!
Purposefully
that's a
gut-checking
great
himself to
bid to
get
keep
disadvantage. Yeah, you peek through it again down the street, and roll me a history check.
12.
Yeah, this works pretty good. You're familiar with the concept of tanks. You understand how tanks work. However, your identification of them and the mechanicry of them still a little bit foreign to you, as it is most of the rest of the world. It's not been fully brought to. But, you can recognize a relatively gray-blue tank, rolling by with what looks like a black and white sort of iron cross shape on the side of it, and what looks like one or two, possibly German troops walking beside it, and the building that you were looking at looks like it's mostly rubbled.
This one's from this century. You know, the Germans rode tanks to this town.
Excuse me, what?
The Germans haven't been here.
I mean, are they Polish? Wait.
Am I confusing something?
No.
Out of character, you're
No,
looking
it-
forward in time.
Oh no!
I was gonna say something, but
To be
Toad's like,
specific and out of character, you see a Panzer III rolling across
Yeah.
with some.
Torn is just like,
That's strange. I don't ever remember the Germans invading here.
They had never have. We've never been to Greece.
It's a
I don't think they even tried during the Great War.
I don't think so. That was very Austrian-Hungary focused.
What are
Maybe
those
well, and
uniforms?
France, obviously.
What's that tank?
he's
What type
gonna
of
put
tank
it.
was it? I could tell us when the time frame was.
It was not a tank I've ever seen before. It is big. Well, no, it's small.
was it a
I mean, a
medium
Panzer III
sized
is big
tank?
compared to tanks they have right now. So
Me, shut the fuck up, James. And no, the Panzer III doesn't come around until 1939.
Yeah, he's literally looking at a tank that doesn't exist yet.
I'm just so confused.
What, don't you want
Panzer
to...
III currently only exists as an idea on paper, not even a design, just an idea.
I've got an idea. Tanks. Well, Torin, if you don't mind, can we make our way to the potion maker now?
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
He puts it away, not realizing that he just saw it. What?
Germans would kill so many Greeks by starving them. Really sad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Torn
that's-
here is
we
just
don't
like, oh wow, that's information that might be important. Huh? Yeah.
He's not gonna realize it until like 5 years later. He's
It's
be
gonna
like,
be in a
"Oh!"
newspaper. Oh, that's what I was watching. Oh no.
Does the
yeah.
DiCaprio meme for the TV? Hey!
There it is! There it is!
He's pointing at the
Wow.
radio as it's saying it.
The amount that's
German paratroopers have landed in Greece today, seizing the city of Larissa.
No,
Son of a
paratroopers didn't land in regular
Or
Greece.
Sicily. Yeah.
They also didn't land in Sicily. That was American paratroopers in Sicily.
I thought the Germans. Yeah, I thought Fallschirmjägers landed in Sicily.
No, they were in Sicily. They didn't do any jumps in Sicily. They weren't allowed to do jumps after Crete.
Oh,
After
okay,
disaster,
Crete,
so many
that's it,
died.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Anyways, we can fill out all the stats on that later. Well,
That's all the stats there is.
I'll just have to remember to write it down.
Yeah. Above 18 works as intended. Below 18 works actually as intended. That's about it. Yeah, you guys mount back up and go driving off to the north side of town, and as you start to approach the edge of it, you don't really need a perception check for this one. There is a large tent that looks more like 20 throw rugs stretched out and put together over a bunch of like tent rods and stakes and stuff holding it together. It's very rounded, almost kind of like a short circus tent, and it's got a pretty heavy flapped entrance to the front. Did it hit?
I'm gonna stay
That's
here
great.
because I don't mix well with these people.
I was typing a message. I go inside the tent.
Will anyone else go with Wilhelm into tent?
I don't even ask this time because I figure if somebody wants to come in.
Looks like it's just you, Wilhelm.
Okay, I go into the tent.
Alright. You go walking in, everyone else kind of hanging out by the car. As you step in, you are instantly assaulted by the smell of what seems to be bourbon and cigars. To a almost aggressive level.
That sounds like heaven to Leroy.
I was just thinking that same thing.
But it's
Do I know what type of bourbon it is?
perception. This isn't good bourbon. This is like Turkish bourbon and cigars smell.
Oh,
Upsetting. Okay, whatever.
shitty bourbon and cheap cigars.
It's
You
not
know,
great.
Turkey, the country famous for being
Cheap.
run by Muslims who don't drink on pain of death.
Oof. I've known a few that do, but yeah, as you go walking your way in, there is sort of, if there was a guy from Boston here, he'd be complaining about why are all your throw pillows all over the floor. You got half of it is just a like semicircle of throw pillows and bed mats and those little like half pony tables covered in cigars and hookah and various bottles, and you got about 10 to 15 people just kind of doing the like Syrian side lay down on their pillows, eating bread, talking to each other, just relaxing in this quasi hookah lounge.
Now, by bread, is it like naan? Like
It looks
flatbreads?
like flatbread or non-bread, and they seem to be dipping it in like that like greenish, what you could probably assume to be like the sort of oh, what do they call it? The fucking
Oh, like hummus.
kind of like hummus, but meat-based, goat meat-based that you can dip it into. That the Afghans do sometimes.
Like, what is that called? Oh shit, that's gotta bother me.
I've had it before, and it fucking.
It's a meat puree. I can't think of what it's called.
It's like a goat meat puree, but you could get a smell of that with cigars, hookah, cheap brandy and bourbon. And it seems like a lot of people just kind of lounging out and hanging out. And towards the back half, towards the back half, you got what seems to be, you know, when you go to the gun show and you got a bunch of those like setup tables. It's kind of set up like that, a half circle of tables set up, covered in just all kinds of accoutrement and random shit. Some of it seems to be like dream catchers and like handmade wallets, and then another table is a bunch of bottles, and then another table is a bunch of filled bottles. Another one has like the assumably what you're looking for, the old lady with a bunch of very ornate and pretty looking and also very simple bottles. The one at the very end seems to be someone reselling hand polished brass, like cups and forks and collectible spoons from like Berlin.
I think I found where the gypsies live.
Yep. I'll go up to the Dreamcatcher table first.
Alright. You got a nice little old lady there. She's got the, kind of twining it through and making sort of like, I always forget what they're called, and I should have probably checked this, but basically the gypsy version of the Dreamcatcher. They're making like a little window hangy ordeal.
Well, we gotta research gypsy Dreamcatchers right now.
I always forget the name of them, but they got like those fun little window hanging things that they make. I know they're not dream catchers. I think they're meant to be sort of a ward or something, if I'm not mistaken, but they look like dream catchers, basically. But yeah, she's just there making some. Doesn't really seem to notice you.
Excuse me.
Yes.
These items, are these meant to essentially ward from bad dreams?
Not bad dreams, ward from magic.
Ward from magic? Do they ward from scrying?
I can make them to do that, yeah.
I would like one, if you wouldn't mind, to ward from scrying, or specifically to ward from scrying during dreaming.
I don't know how stop dream scrying, but I make one for spying and scrying. And she'll just reach over to one of the random ones that she has a little pile of 10 of them, scoots it over, puts her hand on top of it. You see a very faint shimmer as she kind of focuses for a second, and then we'll kind of scoot it to you. $2?
$2. I want to take it. I want to just do like an Arcana check on it real quick.
All right, roll me Arcana.
Oops, shoot! I hit the wrong button. Give me this. There you go.
You're not a magician or a wizard, but looking at it and being able to get a faint magical signature off of it, you can tell, okay, it's got magic in it, apparently, now.
Okay. $2. I'll get 2 of them. Why not?
Okay, for $4. And she'll
Okay.
scoot another one, put her hand over it for a moment, lets out a little bit of a heavier breath. Oh, okay,
While she's doing it, can I try Arcana one more time
sure.
while she's casting? Nope.
Yeah, she's casting something on it.
Okay, I give her $4.
Alright, subtract $4 and you get yourself 2 things. She'll kind of look to you and she'll hold a hand up. Hang in window. Protect room.
Can you package one up for me as a gift?
Okay. She'll reach over, pull out a couple sheets of that like brown wrapping paper, set it in it, wrap it around, put a little glue on the side of it, and hand it to you. It's a nice little wrapped, kind of like flat cube.
I give her another gold just for the wrapping.
She'll smile to the extra dollar
Or
and
another
put it
$1.
away.
Okay, thank you. And then I go over to the potion lady.
Hello?
Hi. Do you just sell potions or do you sell ingredients as well?
Just potions.
Just potions. What? Do you have anything specifically that you have made, or is this a on-demand type of
I
service?
must apologize, I don't have handsome potions, sir.
Oh, I don't need one of those, as I'm not in the market for looking as of right now.
Clearly.
Really, I'm a bit of an apothecary or chemist myself.
Ah. And what are you looking for?
Nerd.
Are you able to discern the contents of a potion where I give you one?
It would take a little while, but I could try.
I'm going to take out the nerve constrictor, take out a dropper, and see if I can take a drop of the nerve constrictor and put it on like a glass, either in a glass vial or in a like a slide. How much would you need to discern the makeup of one?
Not very much, as long as the mix is consistent.
I believe the mix is consistent, and unfortunately, the mix is very what's the opposite of viscous? Translucent. I take a dropper, I grab a droplet of the nerve constrictor, put it in a slide. I would not touch this if I were you. I would handle it with gloves or something of that nature.
She takes
God,
it,
you
picks
made
it up,
sarin.
and she'll hold it up a little bit, kind of look at it closely. I believe I know how these things work. And she'll tap her finger in it and touch it to the tip of her tongue for a moment.
That's a choice.
Okay.
She smacks her lips a little bit. See. And almost like you turned off the rigging for like a VTuber model, she just crumples in place.
Oh my god!
What?
Huh?
What?
The others are starting to stand up. The others are looking to her and like running over to her side, starting to shake her. She's starting to panic and scream.
Do
The
we
others
hear
are starting to
screaming?
yell stuff. You guys don't have to roll perception. You're starting to hear a mixture of Turkish and Romanian and Hungarian screams and yells coming from inside. Dexterity
I'm running
save,
inside.
Wilhelm.
What did you do that for? What the hell's wrong with you?
Wilhelm, you duck forward just in time as a thrown knife bounces off the back of your helmet that would have normally probably caught you just under the ear. Just ping.
I told her not to touch it. I was trying to discern what was in it
Get out.
exactly.
Get out.
I'll get out. Let me.
Hang
I'll
on.
try to-
What?
I'll try to find a
Am
fix.
I able to figure out roughly what happened here?
As you walk through the door, you're gonna be met by a shoulder to the chest as someone's trying to shove you back out, and there is a small group of people slowly making their way towards Wilhelm or towards the door to get out of there.
Torin's right behind Peter. How does this go?
Out of there as fast as possible.
Roll me a dex save, Torin, and roll me athletics, Wilhelm.
Oh.
12 on the deck save.
Unfortunately, Peter's heavy winter boot steps down on top of your kobold foot as he stumbles back. Peter and Torn, you both take 2 damage as Cossack Santa Claus falls on top of you, Torn.
Get off my shit!
I guess we're gonna have to wait until everybody runs out before we go in.
As you
And
guys are
Wilhelm?
laying on your back on top of Torin, your footing is unstable, Wilhelm, as another shoulder checks you and you stagger to the side. You're trying to run out of there. You're Assassin's Creed, try to push one person, and it kind of football towards you. And you take 2 steps backwards before you step on, for some reason, the boots that are laying in the doorway of someone's, like, feet. And you fall back and land center of the back into a rather warm and cozy Russian man's chest. Torin, you take 2 additional damage.
I'm gonna push him off to the side and say, "What did you do?"
We need to go. I'll tell you in the car.
The front
Did you-
veil opens up with 2 pitchforks being brought to bear.
Hey,
Did you
hey,
poison
we
someone?
need to get out of here. Hey,
I didn't mean to. She poisoned herself with my supply.
Who did you poison?
Just get in the car.
I'm not leaving someone here who has been poisoned.
I don't have an antidote.
Torin
I
is
do!
being snuffed out underneath you.
Oh, I thought I already rolled off him.
No, you pulled Wilhelm off you.
No, I thought I rolled off him and then said, "Let's wait."
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
As people were being. Okay, I guess nobody heard that. Or maybe I didn't say it. I don't know which.
I like the idea of them arguing and Torin just like, guys.
All right, can I tell who was poisoned, or is there just a bunch of people coming after us with pitchforks?
There is now a couple angry Hungarian old men with pitchforks rapidly approaching you and emerging out of the tent. You can't see into it.
All right, I'm gonna.
They're all
I'm
yelling
gonna-
that phrase from Hungarian game Resident Evil. Hey, Aga!
I'm
Really
gonna
unintelligent.
present my cross and tell them that I can cure the poison.
Oh, that's gonna go well.
I should be able to. That's what protection from poison
oh,
does.
they better not be Catholic.
Well, they're not Catholic, I can tell you that. They also really don't like,
Russian
So-
Orthodox.
They should, at the very least, be able to recognize that I do have the ability to heal people.
But they also have
Yeah,
their
they might
own
recognize
ability
that.
to
They
heal
may not
too.
like it.
They're potion makers. They're gypsies. They know how to do their own stuff. They don't need a Russian telling
Yeah,
them.
do they know how to handle VX fucking nerve gas?
The reply that you seem to get from the small crowd approaching is, "We don't know what that is or care, but we know how this pitchfork works."
Why are we being attacked by gypsies with pitchforks, Wilhelm?
What's that?
Gypsies with pitchforks!
No, I didn't mean to poison her. Let's just get in the
You
car and go.
poisoned her!
I didn't mean to. I'll tell you in the car what happened.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's go.
Joined a hell of a time, by the way.
I'm a cleric. I can, if you'll let me, I can heal whoever he
They're
poisoned.
not-
Torin is
They're not taking
yanking.
it.
What is your AC, Peter?
16.
Damn, I wish.
Torin is
I know.
yanking on Peter's coat cuff, by the way. Like, come on.
Roll me a strength check, Torn. We'll see if that negates
Already.
some of the damage here.
I'm already in the car.
16. Wilhelm's just in the car, like, come on, guys.
So, with the suicide door open and the other front door open, Torn tugging you back, you'll take half damage from this. Oh,
Oh.
okay. You
Yeah, one
almost
damage.
take a point of damage, but you don't, as you only get stabbed by one prong of a thrown pitchfork. Mostly makes a little hole in your jacket as it zips past you and just very slightly, like, grazes you. As Torn manages to yank you back as you stumble back into the car.
Oh, wait. But
Who's driving?
Torin's driving, but as he gets Peter back, he's gonna yell, "Hey, watch it!" And he's gonna throw a fucking petrified breakfast roll at this guy with the pitchfork.
Roll me dexterity.
Get a nat 20 to him with the red.
No, 8.
What we were hoping would be the scene with the bagel from Spider-Verse, unfortunately isn't that, but it does cause a Hungarian gentleman to duck his head thinking it was a rock, and with the fact that it hits with the weight of a rock behind him, making some of the dust poof, it was with good reason that he was able to dodge it.
We are strafing backwards towards the car, throwing more breakfast rolls. All backstabbing.
At this point, all of you guys are in the car. You've pulled Peter backwards into it, into the bay, as you're able to clamber on up and get there. Wilhelm almost looks like he's a fucking crew chief on a Huey, like waving for you guys to start driving and getting in as you'll hop in the driver's seat.
Right, how many breakfast rolls do I get off in my firing retreat?
I'd say you'd get about 3 of them out.
Do any of them hit?
Roll me 2 more dexterity checks.
What did you do to them, Wilhelm?
Okay, so
10 and 11.
They missed, but they did what they needed to, which was suppress the enemy.
Pressed with bread rolls. That's something.
Just fucking chuck it. Alright, let's go. Let's go.
Fire! Throwing bread rolls.
Let's get out of here.
So, what had happened was I brought my nerve constrictor. I brought my nerve constrictor because I wanted to see exactly how it was made, what components. Well, I know the components, but like maybe they could tell me the reaction and stuff like that. I told her to handle it without gloves, or with gloves. I did not tell her to handle it without gloves. I told her to put on gloves and to not touch it. She put a finger into it, touched it to her tongue, and immediately went limp. Everybody saw this, thought I poisoned her, and ran at me with weapons. I got a knife thrown, and I'm pretty sure it hit my helmet.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about the authorities coming after us. Of all the people to poison, you picked the least liked group of them.
Yes, but I was actually trying to get information, and for some reason, Gypsy Grandma back there decided, hey, I'm going to put nerve constrictor right on my tongue.
Did you tell her it was nerve constrictor?
I told her not to touch it with anything but gloves on. You'd think if I told you that, you wouldn't put it in your mouth.
You didn't tell her it was nerve constrictor.
Okay. Those of us who are hurt are back up to full health as I bandage everyone.
My god.
Wow.
With the surgeon's kit,
Testing out
since
the
we're out
fucking
of combat.
surgeon's kit out of combat to do some out of combat healing, yeah.
That thing is the MVP. Oh my god.
Out of combat, the surgeon's kit is amazing.
We don't need to, because it's infinite use, we basically don't need to take short rests.
Well, unless you want to recover some of your spells and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm actually glad I missed with all those
I
fucking
thought
breakfast
those-
rolls.
I thought those only recovered on long rests.
Or
It
long
depends
rest,
on your
yeah.
class.
Some classes that
I
you
like the
recover
classes.
on short. I know our hoplite is able to on short rest.
Oh, well then maybe we'll take short rest.
Fucking nat 20 breakfast roll to the head would have killed that guy.
Oh yeah, that would have killed some poor old man.
Oh, I swear I was trying to get information. I was actually trying to get more supplies, but it happened so fast. She tasted it, and I was just like, oh. And the next thing I know, there's a whole bunch of Turkish, Romanian, Hungarian people running after me. You guys apparently don't know how flaps work and ended up on the ground.
He stepped on my foot and then fell on me.
I got shoulder checked by an angry Hungarian man.
That sounds about right for the Russians. Sorry, I have to take a stab at you.
Yeah, I opened the flap and there was a man's face. I can't do that with the accent. And then there was a man's face suddenly falling into my shoulder.
That was almost worse than fighting that gothic horror in the Arctic.
Well,
reminds me of home being chased by pitchforks.
Torin, at the very least, I got you a present.
What, you did?
Yes. We'll wait till we get home so you don't open it while you're driving.
Oh, okay.
I think Peter's driving right now.
Oh, is Peter driving?
I thought Tor was driving.
Oh, wait. Who's driving?
You said you were driving!
They all
No
look
one's
and there's
driving. Oh, Leroy's here, he's
You're just
driving.
rolling down a hill.
There's no one in the seat.
Wait, I thought you were driving.
Leroy's back, he's driving.
He's just been the silent driver. He's like, you idiots.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Well, actually,
With my eyes
we just got
closed?
transported into the a Benny Hill sketch.
I was gonna say it's the you look over and it's the inflatable custodian pilot from Airplane. Just looks over.
Need y'all to keep it down back there. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the road. Y'all are not helping.
If you didn't wear your hat so low, you could see the road.
I'm gonna put this hat over your head, onto your head, over your head, completely on your head. If you don't shut up.
I'm already wearing a hat, dumbass.
All right, well,
Look, he's gonna hit you with that cane again if you keep talking to him like that.
Let's spank him on the flat end of the blade.
by the way, Torrin, did you ever give me my crowbar back?
Yeah?
Okay.
No.
Wait, what? Wait, did he not?
No.
He has genuinely forgotten that he still has it. He thought he did.
It might be on the plane.
Rod Lincoln.
Alright, well, let's get back to where, or unless we have somewhere else to go.
I think that's enough adventure for one afternoon.
That's, like I said, I do not mean to poison some lady. And technically she poisoned herself.
It's alright, you got me a gift. You're forgiven for the poisoning.
Thank you.
I expect
And
to
I
see
got
you at
another
the
one.
convention.
I got another one, but I'll wait till we get back to see who we want to give it to.
Oh.
From what I can tell, now you are a serial poisoner, Wilhelm. You need to stop this.
Well, technically
First
I've
me
always
and
been a
Taran,
serial-
now some random gypsy woman.
Technically, I've always been a serial poisoner. You just don't know me that well.
I'm glad you're on our side.
Flashback to the Prussian anthem blaring as gas shells are lobbed into the Russian lines. Oh man. You guys make your way on back to the estate with Leroy driving. To catch you up, Leroy, you guys have been doing a little roundabout through the town, buying some various miscellaneous items here and there, some cameras, some field equipment, trying to visit some gypsies, and unfortunately poisoning one with nerve sarin.
And I was hoping for some
But we can still go do something else if you want to go with someone.
shenanigans with a gypsy. Damn it. Who do I have to fuck up for that?
Wilhelm, he poisoned them.
She poisoned herself.
What'd I tell you about using the wrong mustard? God damn it.
I didn't poison them with the gas shells. They're the ones that chose to breathe.
They were standing in the direction of the wind. It's their own fault.
Just
I
because
mean,
I
I'm
waited
not-
for the wind to blow down towards them doesn't mean anything.
Called tactical. I got nothing.
Yeah, you guys make your way back to the estate, and you see sitting on the little runway not too far away is your nice plane. It's spooled up, it's fully loaded and ready to go. Some of the maintainers are checking on it and doing the little hauls where they need to. And standing out front, you got Nikos and his mom. They're giving a nice little hug and saying goodbye to each other, and bidding him
Considered
farewell.
honor.
Hmm?
Are we technically considered officers, or are we just weird?
What do you mean?
It's like rank-wise, like do we just
rank-wise?
not?
Technically, all of you would have the authority of officers within the OSS.
I'm just curious about that.
So to anyone not initiated, we're like first lieutenants in the British Army,
Essentially.
which I think is just
So
regular lieutenant. 'Cause
Well-
we use sub-lieutenant.
Well, Hot Shoe Johnson doing quite well for himself.
I
The first lieutenant in the British man's army.
Hachi's the only one who's not an officer. They made him a fucking flight sergeant.
I approach Nikos and his mom without interrupting their goodbye. I stand a little bit away, waiting for them to notice me without, like, putting a damper on it.
After a few moments of talking to each other, he'll finally step back and she'll do something that seems kind of nice between them, where she's like holding the shield out to him and he'll take it and strap it to his arm, and she'll give sort of a like palm over the shield for a moment before they kind of nod to each other. He'll step back and join in with the ranks of you guys. And she kind of looks to all of you.
So I don't mean to be rude, or I hate to leave on the bad note,
Don't tell
but
her.
I might have just
Don't tell
poisoned
her.
a gypsy grandma.
Why did you tell her?
Because I like to leave on good terms.
You did what?
That's not a good term.
Either way, it was going to be bad.
Yeah. So I wanted to visit the gypsies because I wanted to know about wanted to get supplies for potion making and things of that nature, and I told her not to touch the nerf constrictor I have without gloves, and she put a finger in it and put it on her tongue.
Oh my.
You poor unfortunate
I wanted to let you
soul.
know so you didn't find out in the middle of town or like in the middle of something.
I appreciate that. I will avoid that and leave that to local authorities.
Okay, as long as you know.
Thank you.
You could deflect if local authorities do come here, but seeing as they're gypsies, they probably won't. Yeah. Besides that, we got some supplies. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Of course. And as always, you're welcome to bring by anytime. The landing strip's always open and the estate is always readily available.
Gosh, thank you for your hospitality, Nikos' mom. Wonderful architecture, and again, nice knockers.
He gives a little bit of a raised brow and a smile at that.
Torin's gonna point after at the door knockers on the door just behind her.
I'm just
This
standing there
is
with my
where I
head in my
exit
hands.
stage left and hook the cane around Torin's neck and yank.
He does kind of that like double skip on his left foot as you yank him off to the side. And she'll just kind of smile at that, look to all of you, give a little half bow, and then kind of like a more sentimental nod and goodbye to Nikos, and he'll nod back. As you guys will be able to kind of about face and casually start walking your way on over. After a little bit, she'll turn about and head back into the estate. As you guys are able to mount back up on your plane, get nice and cozy, drop off the stuff that you had, and you're able to sit down in your nice luxury transatlantic capable airplane and your nice seats with the built-in cup holders and the nice little cigarette trays that come by default.
When we finally get up in the air, I'm going to pull out the brown wrapped package and hand it to Torin.
Before Torin takes that, I'm going to say that better not be more poison.
It's not. It's something that help him, I believe. I'll explain it when he opens it.
Oh, thank you. I'm not used to receiving.
He just starts opening it.
You
What is
crack it open after a little bit, and as you pull the paper off, it seems like it used some sort of flexible wood strips of some sort that were wrapped into multiple layers of really thin, finely made leather, and it's all crossed over itself. And then there's a sort of, kind of looks like your typical like American Indian style dream catcher, but not with the same grid pattern. It's a lot more sparse and it has a lot more kind of V's in it. It's not really making any specific symbol, but it seems like it's twined with a specific purpose. And you can definitely feel there's a little bit of a sort of magical aura to it.
Do I know what this is? I assume I might. I would.
You would not, actually. I don't believe you've had any tie-in with gypsies.
What is it?
It's a ward. It's a Roma ward. It's essentially supposed to protect you from scrying. You hang it in your window, and it protects your room from outside influence. I figured it might help with the dreams and the influence that's been getting to you. I got another one for anybody else who might need it. I was thinking for myself, given the fact that per Peter, I was someone else who had someone looking into me. But
That is very thoughtful of you. Thank you.
See, I'm not just a poisoner. I'm also a good friend.
I'm gonna go hang this in the window.
He's gonna head up to the cockpit and hang it hang it from the fucking
The
roof.
pilots kind of look to it for a
Between the
moment,
pilots.
look to you. We'll gingerly reach up and kind of pull it off that one spot, and we'll put it over one of the knobs that aren't used at all, and kind of hang it there. What's this, lad?
Anti-scrying.
That's all he'll say, and then he'll just turn around and walk back out.
Huh. Kobolds? Kobolds. Yeah, kobolds.
Oh, by the way, do not touch that pedal on the left in the co-pilot seat.
I was curious what this was, and the large, what seems to be machine gun, sitting
Yeah,
between us.
That pedal shoots the machine gun.
Oh. Noted. And the pilots are kind of looking to each other, and you realize this entire time he's been sitting with his foot kind of resting against that pedal. And he kind of scoots his leg away from it and repositions, grabbing back onto the steering again. If you
This fucking
make
campaign
any
violent.
other chases, do let us know.
Will do.
What was that, Peter?
This fucking campaign swinging violently between incredible drama and just slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
It's the 30s. What do you think it's gonna do?
Yeah. Alright, I can now get rid of Greek playlist number 3. As we will transition over here. I like Rockefeller Island in the Antarctic. It's covered in oil. Yeah. It's a nice, pleasant little flight south. You guys quickly cross the Mediterranean, and as you're flying over, no other aircraft really in sight. However, you are able to idly see way out in the distance towards Cyprus what seems to be a small battle group of ships, maybe 5 or 6 of them. More than likely British, just kind of floating by there. Not too much else really going on activity-wise. Oh, hello.
Oop.
Ah,
Didn't want to do that.
hello. What are you doing?
I'm mixing links, so I'm briefly switching to mobile so I can listen.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you guys make your way on down, and you quickly approach the large, tan, flat, deserty edge
Yay,
that is
Syrian.
Egypt. Hey, Siren, right on
I
top.
have
Aaron, your business is getting
arrived.
chased out of Athens by gypsies.
Well, sort of.
What
Well,
did you
chased out of-
do?
Nothing that would hurt the
Nothing I
integrity of
did.
the family name, but
Wilhelm poisoned a gypsy
Okay, good.
with his fucking VX nerve agent.
herself. That's what we use it on.
Oh, come on.
just a little bit of it. He sat there twiddling his fingers going, how do I test this on someone undesirable? And he found
at
a
least
gypsy,
that's
and he's like, here, try this.
Well, I mean, he is German.
Kind of comes
Call me
down.
Rubble.
I shall become the new Rommel of
You'll
this
be
world.
Rubble. Well, I'll be Grovel. I gotta stop.
Call me Hister. Oh man. Yeah, you guys are flying your way on in towards Cairo. You can see the city itself and the area around it is very green, very lush, very built up. Many, many very modern buildings going up in and around. So much so that you could see the old Greek sections. You could see the current Arab sections. And then you can see very easily the chunks of city that are just blatantly English. Like, it's very easy to tell. English people live on that block. And Egyptians and Arabs live on that block, undoubtedly, as you're flying in. And you land at the nice little airport. Pilot's doing a good job. They land, come about, taxi off to the side, go by one of the little side terminals, and then kind of go past that terminal for a little while, taxiing for what seems to be a little bit longer than you would imagine, as they start to pull off to a very far side area where you can see a small spattering of what looks like 2 or 3 Hurricanes, British fighter planes sitting on the tarmac, a couple hangars, a nice Union Jack flying, and a handful of roughly uniformed troops kind of walking about, seeing to what they need to do. And yeah, the plane comes to a nice stop. The pilots come walking back. You can see that they still have the ward hanging up in the plane. As they walk to the back, open the door up, they're the first 2 to walk out. As one of the orderlies come by, they hand him a sheet of paper. He signs off on it, quickly scampering off. And they kind of start stretching and looking up towards the door at you guys. All right, we'll be here obviously for the next while. We weren't informed on exactly what you're doing or for how long, so best of luck, Wondrous.
I would say get comfortable.
Yeah, we might be here for a little bit.
Understandable. We'll
Yeah.
keep her on a readiness in case you should need to leave country again in some hasty way.
Yeah, I don't think they'd actually have hurricanes in Egypt, given that photo of the RAF in Egypt in 1936.
Actually, yeah, good point. This is the OSS there, so.
Here's actually a really cool one I just found. That's the ships of the Nile.
Yeah, those things are dope. That little
The
fleet.
ships
that...
of the Nile.
I mean,
They had a
even
small
if, you know-
flotilla that
Well,
stayed
what
in
are
the
they in
Nile at
denial
all
for?
times.
No, those aren't military ships. Those are like ships that do trade up and down the Nile at this point in history.
Oh, they're in denial of making
What do
money.
you call-
Okay, that's what it is.
Dallas and Aglas.
Guys, we can do the Murder on the Nile. Oh, the Agatha Christie.
Oh,
Yo, I'd be
no.
so fucking down to do an Agatha Christie story in this. Yo, I'd be
All
fucking
these-
down.
All these pictures, you gotta wait. The crossover episode is gonna be Murder on the Orient Express.
Who killed
All these
Montreal?
pictures I've been posting in in-game images are from Egypt, are from Cairo in 1936.
Yeah, Cairo's kind of cool in 36, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's like Monte Carlo. Yeah, you guys are able to disembark and you get a nice, for the reptiles, oh yeah, it feels pretty nice here. For the rest of you, winter coats might not stay on permanently.
Well, that's rather pleasant, actually. I mean, it could be a bit more wet, but
What the
I
fuck?
can get you. What?
Don't mind me.
Combat?
The music,
Where?
the
Where?
music decided to freak out.
Everyone
I
in the
swear
party.
to God,
just
I got a level
feels
5
tense.
spell. I'm not afraid to use it. I will summon a demon, I swear to God.
Oh, here's one for you. An actual meant-to-be 3D photo. But it's the actual photo plate. From 1920, apparently.
Ooh. That's fancy.
Damn, it looks like a drone strike that building right there.
But yeah. you
Sorry,
guys,
force of habit as an American.
It's all good. You guys make your way down the tarmac a little ways where you see, roll me perceptions. The lot of you. Let's see if you guys...
Does the tarmac burn Hachu and Torin since they have bare
It's-
feet and Snake?
Torin's okay.
Your
Hachu,
belly.
it's a little warm for your tum-tum, but it also feels pretty good.
1-1.
Damn! What the fuck? The only net 20s of the campaign. No, of this arc.
Fucking walking out there with sunglasses on, looking like hot shit. Feeling hot land.
Hell yeah.
He flips up the tan shade on his aviator sunglasses.
Oh, he's got the little clip-on outsides for shading it. He just, oh my god. No, he doesn't have glasses. It's just on his one monocle.
Oh my god.
He has a sun monocle.
We got an eye patch and a one monocle.
The other eye
Son
is
of a
squinting
bitch.
really hard. Everyone except for Wilhelm, who's just kind of taking in the sight. All of you kind of simultaneously, especially Leroy and Peter, you all look over as you see a rather large, rotund man. Not weight-wise, but just sheer mass, wearing sort of a nice petticoat over kind of a quasi-traditional like Arabic garb.
He's
Got the
wearing
man
women's
dressed.
underwear over Arabic garb. What?
The oh god, what are they? The vest.
Oh,
Those little bitty Arabic vests, the ones that Aladdin wears.
it's the Abdul vest. I don't know
Abdul
what else
vest.
it's called.
There you go.
It's,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's actually called, but it's Abdul.
I never understood the fashion here. It's like the vest is specifically designed to draw attention to the chest hair.
It kind of does. He's rather hairy, rather large. He's got forearms the size of most of your thighs. As he comes walking up, and very quickly is just going to step up to you, Peter. He's got a big old beard. He's wearing sort of a red fez hat on top of his head. Ah, friend! And will bring you into a huge fucking bear hug that you haven't felt since, like, Grandpa hugged you.
You would, kebab.
Wait, is that affection or assault?
Oh.
Ah, come here. He'll grab you next, Nikos, and just shove you into his chest.
Oh. He makes Nikos look small.
Hello.
Welcome. I am your host. I will be greeting you to this wondrous city, my city. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sala. I will be your navigation for your adventure.
Wait a minute. No, hold on. Is it that Sala from... Is it the same fucking one?
It is not Salahuddin, my friend.
He'll walk over to you, Leroy, and instead of hugging you, offers a very good hand outwards to shake your hand.
Take his hand and say salam alaikum.
Malaikum assalam. Ah, it is good to see you all. I am happy you are here. And so are my pockets. Ah. You'll look over and you see a little box truck, flatbed box truck, pulling up slowly as two orderlies, kind of similarly uniformed in all white with red sashes, and they got bolt actions over their shoulders, approach over to you guys, and are looking to you like they're waiting an order of some sort. Oh,
What kind of
no
hats
worries.
do they have?
Little red fez hats.
Okay.
I can hear the anticipation.
Oh god. He'll walk past, give a big old pat on the back to you, Hachu, and then rubs the top of your head, Torn, just kind of like heavy-handed, and we'll walk past. Welcome, please climb aboard, and welcome, please, come. I have the hotel. I am the only hotel here in Cairo that is sponsored by your government.
You seem like a man with connections.
Connections? Oh.
Money?
What government do you mean? Because we're a bunch of different governments, technically.
But you work for the OSS, no? Therefore, you all work for the British and the crown. The rewarding crown, the rich crown.
Of course. Can you tell that guy to give me his hat?
Ist gut, Gas. And the guy quickly, like, snaps 2 steps forward, takes the fez off, and hands it to you, and then steps back. Add a red fez hat with a black and white string on top.
Megan's laughing
of course.
hard to be in character.
Thank you, sir.
It's gonna take it and put it on.
I'm sure we can find a mock-up of one of those pharaoh crowns somewhere on the streets.
Oh, don't buy local. Do not buy within the town. They are tourist traps. They raise their prices so high. No, you go to my personal trader outside town. He will hook you up.
What does the fez have on him again?
It's got a little black and white string lanyard hanging off the top of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Tor, can you right quick DM me that picture of you?
Turn and look at the group and say, gentlemen, for those of you who have not been out of the country to a place like this before, keep your wallets and your personals close.
Oh yes,
I
please
love this
do,
beer.
please do.
Wise
Many
advice.
grabby hands, many reptilians, many kobolds, no offense, who like to make off with tourists' belongings. But rest assured, anything that you lose will be reimbursed threefold. I have been assured that. So if you perhaps lose a $60 wallet, oh, the crown won't argue it.
Good to know.
So, do you have any merchandise, apparel, luggage, things that you wish brought to the hotel with you?
On a plane, but do you have silk sheets at the hotel?
Only the finest Egyptian cotton.
I like this place,
Very
guys.
nice.
Come. We get sweaty. We used to be outside too long. As he walks
I'd
on
like
over
to
and starts
roll,
climbing into the box truck.
Roll an insight check as to whether or not this guy is working for the British government.
Roll me insight.
Soren's just like, free hat, free wallet. Let's go.
Is it, man, is this dude
No,
Sala
no
from
shit.
Indiana Jones?
Inspired by.
Damn, that'd be really funny. We're in the Indiana Jones universe as well, or Indiana Jones in this universe.
He does exist in
yeah.
this universe, so.
Great, and I just bought a whip to come to Egypt.
Man, you're cosplaying as Indiana Jones while Indiana Jones is there looking for the Ark. What are you doing? You're gonna get kidnapped by Nazis. But not those Nazis, the other Nazis.
Your insight of this man, his jolliness, his happy demeanor is throwing you off a little bit, but he seems... It doesn't seem like he's super loyal to the crown. It seems like he's super loyal to the funding that comes with being loyal to the crown.
Good enough, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
As a motion for all of you guys to climb up into the truck, and he kind of sits down, pulls a little canvas over that kind of gives half cover from the sun. Come, sit down. The sooner we get to the hotel, the sooner we eat, the sooner we can debrief you, the sooner you can speak with the stuffy captain who wishes to speak to you.
Oh, joy.
Another
He
stuffy
seems
cat.
legit. So.
I don't know. Did you...
Yeah.
Right quick, Torin, that image that's sitting in our DMs, did you send... Is that the complete version that you showed everyone yet? Or did you just send that to me? Because I don't want to spoil it if it is.
Which one?
The one that's most recent message between us.
Let me look. I don't remember. Oh, the gun one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's been out for a while.
Okay, in that case, I would like to, in memes, share Torin in a few sessions.
Oh.
It's so
Yeah,
poorly
it's pretty
photoshopped too.
Oh, that's good.
It's so bad.
To be fair, I didn't ask for it for that scene because it would have been too funny out of context, but he was wearing the Italian bicorn for that actual moment.
Oh, jeez. Fuck. That's amazing.
Alright, sorry to derail a bit. I couldn't not.
After a short bit of mounting up and sitting in the truck, the kind of sunshades being pulled over to give some shade from the sun, hence the name Sunshade, and some of the spare luggage being put on a trailer that is attached to the back of the truck. You guys eventually depart from the airstrip, making your way through town, through the outskirts of Cairo as you're getting closer to the center of it. The buildings are in odd layers. It's almost like there's layers to the city where it goes from Greek to Arabic to Egyptian to modern to exclusively British, back to Arabic and in between. And it's kind of just a odd mix. It's all kind of on top of each other at some points. Before you pull up in front of a massive hotel. Like a legitimately massive hotel. Like, think, actually, let me double check if there's any pictures of it.
I wasn't expecting the best hospitality we've experienced yet to come from Egypt.
Well, we actually got hospitality here, unlike in, the Arctic.
Nothing against your mom, Nikos, but she, didn't have silk sheets or a gigantic hotel, and
If you wanted silk sheets, you should have just asked.
I could have asked.
Yes.
Oh,
You did say she had very nice knockers, though.
she did. Did you see the brass on those things?
Good lord.
Right?
As you guys pull up in front of the Continental Savoy Hotel of Cairo,
Ooh.
it is a substantial hotel that shouldn't be a hotel by any means. It should probably be like the embassy or the government building. In fact, it kind of dwarfs the government building. All
It's
kinds
a very
of
nice embassy-shaped hotel you have here.
As you guys pull up in front of it,
Oh, what's
instantly
that
two
Italian
assistants
flag
come by.
as we just get drug inside and hoods thrown over our head?
Couple aides come by and quickly start grabbing some of the luggage. You notice a handful of them are in fact kobolds in sort of attendee and steward uniforms as they run up and grab some luggage as well above their heads and are scampering off into the hotel.
Torn looks embarrassed.
They got their own little fezzes on and kind of their own little like mini vests.
Owen looks at Bart and be like, why are you not working?
Oh my god, he'd bite someone.
As he gets up, goes walking over, steps out of the back, and Sala kind of turns and looks to all of you. Welcome to my hotel. On behalf of the Crown of England, please, what is mine is yours, and I am told I am to provide any and everything that you should ask while you are here.
Babes. We need babes, hat, biscuits, and tinned gravy.
That we can do.
Piotr needs a good Soviet winch.
Please do not mention the fucking Bolsheviks around me.
I can assure you there are no Soviets or communists inclined here.
You have a lot of kobold staff.
We do. They're actually quite numerous to these parts. Very helpful, very nimble, very obedient mostly.
Any busty centaurs?
He's joking.
He starts to raise a finger.
not sure, to be
he
honest.
starts to raise a finger to answer that and pauses, looking between the two of you. Do you wish to meet the centaurs?
I look at Torin and Wilhelm. They could just kind of smirk under my mustache.
Hey, it's all you. I already rode a centaur.
As I recall, you got cockblocked.
The Cataphract Prince is here with his garrison if you should wish to meet them. They are around.
Oh, he's into the other kind. He doesn't like the hanging tool.
Oh, a beast of many flavors, I see.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Don't worry, I will see who we can acquire for you of your eclectic.
Wait, I missed this part of the conversation. What did you tell him?
It's gonna be very funny when Torin's getting ready for bed and a centaur hooker just shows up in his room.
Hello.
Hang on, Matt. I gotta send you a message.
Peter will take no part in this, but I will
Torn
find it very
dies,
funny.
crushed via centaur butt.
I'll take that. No, I can't do that. I can't do that to him. He set me up, so.
There is no speculation here. I am attracted to my own species.
Yeah, that went well for you last time.
I thought you swore off them after they tried to kill you.
I feel like it was just that group of them.
Well, he did say there are a lot of kobolds around, so
He's just gonna
maybe you can get lucky yet.
turn and walk away from all of them.
As you step away from him and start making your way up towards the front steps, another kobold kind of runs up to your side, as well as for everybody else, and is just kind of shadowing you, acting as sort of a orderly or a steward should you literally show signs of needing or wanting anything. They seem to be like one to each of you, just kind of following beside.
Why are you following me?
In case you need anything.
Oh.
We've been instructed to follow you around. This is what our VIPs are granted.
This is a little bit awkward, isn't it?
No, we are used to it.
I'm not.
Would you like someone else?
Get back to me on that.
Okay. If you need anything, just you ask us. As you'll continue walking with you, and everybody's able to make their way up, the small little line of a couple humans and a handful of kobolds kind of making their way up with some of your luggage and gear, and are quickly bringing it inside and up the big central grand staircase and lobby, and you see them disappear after they hit the 3rd floor. He's walking up behind you guys, kind of puts his arms around Peter and Nikos' shoulders. So, are you hungry, thirsty? What would you like? The most expensive on your menu. Let me know, and I will see it brought to you.
I'm content for now, but thank you.
First, I think we should get our briefing out of the way. First work, then fun.
Yeah. Look at that roast turkey, though.
Very well. We will forego the food and formalities and instead go straight to formal. Right this way. And you'll kind of walk between you guys and start leading you off towards one of the larger back rooms. It's almost kind of like the rentable like conference rooms that you can do in some of the larger hotels. And he'll go as 2 guys in fez kind of open the large double doors and greet you guys, give a half bow, open the doors up for you as you all walk in. And you'll see a kind of smattering, kind of looks like the briefing room, just with half as many chairs. Couple boards are set up with various maps and pictures on it. You see a handful of British officers, what looks like 1 or 2 gentlemen standing by, and what looks like a possibly catfolk of sorts in what is a bunch of kind of blue and gray robes, and kind of raider-looking sashes, is also talking with who is very clearly the highest-ranking guy here, a captain, who all of them kind of turn and look to you all. It's about bloody time. Wondrous company, I believe you're a day late.
Yeah.
Blame the gypsies.
Our plane broke down in Greece. Gypsies happened.
Oh. Well, understandable. They try to make away with everything. Please, come in. We will get you up and get you briefed away.
It's like that scene in The Mandalorian where the fucking where the Jawas just steal the ship.
We did. We did have gypsies happen, and our plane did break down.
Yeah.
Because of the implication.
Yeah.
No motion for you guys to get comfy and take some seats. The tabaxi sits on the far end and kind of crosses one leg over the other. It's just kind of seeming content. Some of the other officers sit down and are looking forward. Very well, I'll make this quick and to the point. That way you can be on your way and be about doing whatever you are supposed to do that they feel we aren't able to do. Now, I understand you have magical persuasions and abilities as Wondrous Company that will make this more doable for you. Not too far south, we have an outpost. A very old outpost from the First Great War that we have reestablished as a forward observation point. We have a small unit there, currently ready to go, where they have been observing the countryside and surrounding area.
I'm sorry, did you say the First Great War? Are you implying there's a second one?
It's pretty obvious to anyone paying attention that another one
Yeah.
is coming. Probably in 1943 or 45.
Yeah, but calling it the first one seems a bit, I don't know, a bit pessimistic, doesn't it?
Yeah,
What
we
was
don't
it,
have too much time to not be pessimistic down here. We get word of much more things occurring.
What was it General Foch said? I believe it was, it is not the end of a war, but an armistice for 20 years.
Unfortunately,
about right.
many of us do reflect that down here in Egypt. However, for the last 3 days, we have seen no new movement or transport heading into the particular pass that the exploration group has disappeared into. We have attempted to send some scouts ahead from local origin, and he kind of motions over to the tabaxi, who kind of looks over, very kind of gray and white spotted feline and bunch of bluish robes, gives a little bit of a nod to you all. But our scouts aren't able to get close enough, as some of their outer sentries seem to be particularly good at warding away. We can't get any flyovers without it being too obvious, and there seems to be a constant amount of sand. Not hardened sand, but dust in the air down in the valley, making it very hard for us to actually look down into it without entering it ourselves. And, as you know now, that is not able to be done due to the various sentries and patrols. Now, while they are armed, we can't exactly vilify them being armed, as many others around here are armed as well. In fact, most groups of third party and other various entity are encouraged to be armed for their own protection. There are many raider groups in the area that has warranted a stronger response among the citizenry. However, it is my instruction to aid you in transport and movement to the outpost. From there, you will move with a selected squad who will escort you to the mouth of the valley. From there, they will provide outer security while Wondrous Company advances into the valley and conducts reconnaissance, and perhaps at your discretion makes contact. I believe this is pretty straightforward, but you have full discretion whether you would like to go in perhaps guns blazing, or more incognito, or perhaps entirely hidden and hopefully never known. You will be able to gain eyes upon what they are doing or what they are attempting to dig up, which I'm no historian or architect, but seems to be a tomb of some past king's son, particularly one that was never supposed to be found or dug up.
Speaking of, before we head out there, I would like to see if there is someone in the city who would possibly know more. Perhaps a museum curator or a local historian or academic.
We would be able to, I actually know just the person who would be of help, although she can be a little strange.
We're used to strange.
Shit, doctor?
Not
she have knockers? What?
exactly.
She a doctor. Doctor Strange.
Alright, you
Well,
can
Get
shut
out.
the fuck up.
She's
Get out.
not a doctor. But, Miss Reedman will be able to speak with you. I believe she will be a great asset, although I don't believe she will be willing to accompany you into the valley itself. However, for now, you will spend the night, recover, plan, observe some maps, and we are hoping as soon as you are ready and available, the troops are on standby. We will move you to the standby points where we will be able to begin the observation. Now, as far as our assets available in the area, should you wish it, I am told you have full jurisdiction of what aid is to be rendered. We do have on lend to us a small amount of fighters that can provide recon and, if need be, air to ground assistance, albeit perhaps not the most reliable. You also have the 60th King's Royal Rifles stationed here, consisting of members of South Africa and Rhodesia, and some Egyptian-born men as well, in a local garrison to assist should we need it. Roughly a company's worth in soldiers and assets and motorized. I
That's a
believe
lot.
you will also be happy to hear, as we are, on rotation for the next 2 weeks, we do have the Land Witches, a what seems to be experimental group who are magical, and I am told they are combat infantry, perhaps a similar persuasion to yours. They may be available and on loan to assist should you need it. However, as far as our information has gathered, we believe, although haven't been able to confirm, that the National Italian Archaeology Association is conducting this exploration, and the majority of their members seem to consist of such. However, what little we have been able to spot and locate, it would seem the Abwehr Division of Germany's army has been spotted. We can't confirm exactly how much or to what effect, but we do know that they are the ones responsible for arming the Italian expedition. Mostly rifles, perhaps a machine gun or two, primarily shovels and archaeology equipment more than anything.
Who needs a bunch of Germans to give them shovels?
Well,
Don't-
considering the climate of some things and what intelligence has gotten to us referring to the Italian and German governments and their cooperations, we can only assume this is funded by Germany, armed by Germany, but being conducted by Italy.
Still, you would expect them to use Italian equipment. After all, the Italians already have stuff in Libya, which should already be fit for conditions.
You would
Or the
imagine
Italians
so.
come in as subpar.
It
It
is
Yes,
must
but
rather
the
be-
Germans
They're gonna-
haven't ever seen sand.
You're going to trick the GM
A
right now.
shovel's a shovel.
I meant the machine guns.
Sorry, I was still thinking about shovels. Yeah, that's a good point.
They may have mining equipment, perhaps tractors or vehicles, but we are still unsure. They have been rather adept at evading our spies and observers.
How often and how much supplies are they receiving?
Well, we haven't seen any movement for the last couple days, which leads us to believe that they've obtained all the supplies that they need. However, before that point, we were observing maybe a truck to 2 trucks worth. Perhaps the occasional tractor every so often making it through our net to the valley.
Per day? Per week?
About every 3 to 4 days.
I wish you could have stopped them.
We would have liked to, but unfortunately our current rules of engagement do not allow us to openly fire upon what could be local indigenous.
And that's where we come in. This is becoming a trend.
Precisely. You do not have the restrictions to be more forward in your encounters, as we have. Which brings us to the final note that I feel I should bring up. In addition to what could potentially be German or Italian military acting as civilian bodyguards, we have confirmed that they do have a small amount of local inhabitants as security. We believe a handful of snake folk or Yanti, perhaps a few tabaxi, and what could be a couple kobolds assisting in the mining efforts.
Of course.
Having, as far as we go, having taken the money from the expedition, they are to be considered equally hostile as any of the Italian members themselves.
How much have they been paid?
We're unsure.
Do we have the possibility of having some budget to bribe them?
You see Sala kind of lean forward and get a little antsy. Of course, of course. Do you see anything that is wished? I have an open and blank checkbook. Any number that you need, as long as there a reason behind it, I can see it be done.
I'd like to
After
roll
all,
insight on
how
what
do you
Sola's
think
I
I
want to roll
purchased this?
insight on that too.
Go for it.
insight on what Sola's thinking.
Torin and Peter like look at each other like,
As you can see, no prices above the crown. After all,
Not a damn thing.
I
They don't see
purchased my
anything.
new home. And he kind of gestures to the ceiling of the hotel.
Yeah, I'll roll insight on him too. Why not?
Alright. The three of you kind of look
Damn.
over.
Plus 7 still didn't give me any more
Emerald.
insight.
no one gets it.
You can't
Well,
quite get
you know,
a
since
read on
everyone's
him.
doing it.
Go for it. Let's see if maybe
How
you
he's
can get a
sitting there
read on him.
smiling at them,
Ooh,
and everyone's like
nice.
swapping looks around the table.
Everyone else is
Plus
kind of
7
looking
gets
to
me
each other
fucking
like,
nowhere.
what is this? What we don't really know. Nikos, you've seen a tradesman of fortune before, and you can tell he is very charismatic, very forward, and will play a part that he needs to. You get the notion, yeah, he has been granted by somebody somewhere within English hierarchy to be the front man for, like, British operations here in Cairo, and was quite literally given a crown's blank check to do so. As long as he could tie some reason to it pertaining to military or the OSS, they don't seem to question it. As such, he literally purchased this hotel as an expense for housing OSS operatives.
Oh
God
my
damn.
god.
I like this guy.
Hell of a blank check.
The captain kind of nods at that and looks over. You heard him. We have granted him full procurement, and we have to abide by that.
I roll insight on him.
Sure.
Fuck it, we ball.
18.
Oh, you guys can
Nice.
read the captain, but you can't read Sala. Okay. Yeah, you look over at the. Wow.
Hey, in my defense, I've never seen an Arab before.
No, I don't. No.
That's
She's got
so
no idea.
distracting.
You're distracted by the crown molding and just realizing how expensive this hotel had to be to purchase at the cost
yeah.
of English taxpayers.
Goodness, that their crown molding is gold leaf.
This hotel must be the same cost as a battleship. You see, this right here, this is why HMS Lion was never completed.
They spent the money on the procurements for Cairo. Oh, fuck. The three of you look at the captain, and you can tell he wants to really lean into the procurement fund, but he's also trying to be an upstanding captain and practice restraint.
Yikes.
But he also really wants to find reason to justify, I want a couple cruiser tanks. I want a personal river ship. But he also can't fully justify it with his own dignity.
Party side quest, embezzlement.
I think he can justify his own river ship. I don't see what the problem with that is. Got to go up and down the Nile, man.
Who cares if it's got about a couple dozen blackjack tables? I mean, you know.
Oh, God.
Bringing Shreveport to Cairo!
Oh, God. Yeah, he kind of smiles and seems pretty happy in place as the captain kind of nods a bit, looks back to the board. Well, obviously you have full jurisdiction, and as you see, you have the full assets of my company, as well as the full assets and procurements of Mr. Salah here. You have the next day to plan. How would you like to go from there? You will proceed forward and conduct the perhaps raid or operation or spying as you see fit. But a company of rifles, some local garrison, apparently a duo of land witches, and a small flight of hurricanes.
flock of seagulls with that?
Sola,
The
do you know if any of your kobolds or tabaxi have been contacted by the Italians?
Oh,
Do
no,
you know
no,
if
no.
anyone in your employ would know?
Those in my employ are the most loyal because they are paid the highest.
I have.
I do not necessarily mean any of them have been purchased, but have any of them had it offered? Because I would
see-
like to know who is doing the offering.
You see, those in my employ cannot lie to me. If they do, they find themselves in pain.
Rational.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of
What?
taps the fez hat on top of his head.
If there was an offer, there's a chance that I could be seen as a kobold under your employment for the purpose of being scalped for a different operation.
They kind of blink and look to each other and look back over towards the rest of the party. That's not
That
a
was
terrible
not actually
plan.
what I was intending, because I don't think you speak Arabic or Coptic.
I mean, kobolds are stupid.
I mean, hey, you said it, not me.
It is true. They don't need to know too much language to do majority of their purposes.
Just a thought.
It is something we can
Already.
consider. However, right now, like I said, I do not necessarily want, like, I am not accusing your employees of being disloyal. I am simply asking if anyone has tried.
If anyone has tried, you see, part of our weekly questioning is particularly along those lines. And if they lie to me about being approached, well,
So none of them have been approached then?
nope,
That is a pity.
none have been approached.
Torin's looking uncomfortable.
We need to figure out where these are being recruited from. Perhaps we can recruit a few of our own. Just
I
to
can say
keep
you
up some level of
shouldn't
appearance.
need to recruit too much unless you are looking to perhaps look like your own exploration group, in which case I can assure you we can make my company look much like the hired bandit and raider.
I think we're all trying to shoot less people. I would like to shoot less people going forward.
I am actually trying to figure out who amongst the Italians is recruiting them, so that we can slip someone in to the Italian group.
This could work. It will take some time, but this could work.
Yeah, we have time. There's nice bed sheets and
We
and
do
food.
have time, but I will say we also don't have that much time. You see, the pressing matter here is that they are attempting to gain entry to the tomb. We don't know exactly what that entails, and should they make away with something, we'd rather them not escape with it. The sooner we can perhaps intercept them before they get into the tomb, the sooner we can find out what is in it ourselves.
Yeah. Has it ever occurred to you that the Egyptians told people not to open those tombs for good reasons?
We are quite aware, but if it is perhaps already open, no reason
is
to
the
not
point.
explore.
That is somewhat of a point. I begrudgingly agree.
And of course, if it is something of great destructive nature or benign, well, we have you here to put it down.
Worst case scenario, how far up the Nile can you get a battleship?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I believe we may be able to make a call for a destroyer. I don't believe we can requisition an entire battleship.
I thought you had the Crown's funding.
Depends on how bad it gets.
For purchases, not for military assets.
when everything can be purchased.
Are you suggesting we
What if we
bribe members of Her Majesty's Navy?
What if we purchase a Confederate ship?
No.
I do not think the Confederate Navy keeps battleships stationed just down the coast in Alexandria.
There's a lot of angles to this.
Which is why we will give you the day to consult among yourselves in your rooms, and tomorrow morning we will hopefully come to a consensus and establish a full plan. I will, of course, give you all the information that you will need for available assets and assets that can be requisitioned, and of course, anything else you should need, please look to Mr. Sala. He will take care of you.
Topic. I was curious about the answer to that question. The Aswan Low Dam, or the old Aswan Dam, is the furthest upstream you can get with a ship.
Oh shit.
Isn't that the new dam that was built in the 60s?
This is the one built in 1899.
How far up is that?
690 kilometers from Cairo.
Let me pull up a map here.
What sort of moron builds a dam on the Nile?
Well, keep in mind, the Nile has been dammed as early as the Egyptian dynasties.
That's what I said.
So that's got to be upriver from from Cairo, because Cairo is only 100 kilometers from the coast.
Yeah, Cairo's relatively... yeah, Cairo. Let's see if I can find that particular pass that it is in. Let's see, Esbet. Baharaya Pass. Here we go. Okay. So, Cairo's up here. Here's your Nile. Oh wait, let me take a screenshot here. Let me go to Snip. New.
Bar any bridges, you can at least get a heavy cruiser up to Cairo.
So that
Bridges
sort
are
of
temporary problems.
that sort of smudge area in the bottom left is the particular pass that drops down. Cairo's in the top center, and the Nile is off to the right.
The right side of that is the Red Sea, not the Nile.
Oh, wait, no, that's Suez. You're right. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Whoops!
I was zoomed
Damn.
in. No. I did a dumb.
That's a new one.
Right. You
I
can,
did a dumb.
you can cut that out in post. Just cut it out in post.
The Red Sea and the Nile. Oh, fuck. I was looking at it.
No,
I'm
you
like,
do.
wait a
You do
minute.
not get to pull that out in post. You do not
know,
get
I
to pull
know.
that out on post.
I made a mistake. I was looking at it. I'm like, why is the Nile so fat? I thought it was a river.
The problem here
Start
seems to be
smoking
that
too much shisha.
you're looking at the wrong continent.
No, I mean, the Nile is in that picture. It's just in that big strip of green and not the fucking Red Sea.
No, that's just
Yeah,
a
not the
stream.
actual fucking
Hey,
ocean over there. Yeah.
I just think you're in denial, okay?
You know, you can't float a ship up the Nile because it's low tide right now. Huh? No, you
Doesn't
can get
it
a.
change over the course of like the day?
Mhm.
That's only down at the mouth, though. Further in, it'll be constant.
Oh yeah. No, you can get a ship up there. Maybe not
I
a
bet you could
battleship,
get-
but you could get
I
a
bet
destroyer
with-
at the least.
I just measuring some of these distances here. At least I can't find a depth chart of the Nile, but
Seeing their handiwork firsthand.
But you'll kind of
As the CSS Cairo museum ship in Vicksburg.
Oh my god. He'll clap his hands together and look to you all, give a sort of nod, and we'll start making his way out with some of the other orderlies and junior officers. And Sala will stand up and look to you all. Well, you have the evening to plan and much to discuss among yourselves. Shall I show you to your rooms?
Yes, please.
All right.
And the wine list would be great as well.
Of course. Of course. And he'll kind of motion with a hand, and one of the kobolds will open the door, and then the two other orderlies will kind of step back, opening it as well. And he'll guide you guys through this nice, big, super luxurious hotel. It is, like, super swanked out. It is made all kinds of pretty and elaborate.
They got gold leaf on their gold leaf. Good lord.
Yes,
Impressive.
we added that not too long ago.
With the crown's funds, I presume.
And he taps the side of his nose.
You're not supposed to ask that.
It was required that all English officers be given the greatest of comforts so that they could perform their military mission better.
After staying here, I'm certainly motivated to do a better job. God.
Precisely.
I like the way you operate, mister.
Leads you guys on up, a couple more flights. Really nicely done. As you get to the top of one, you can see there's sort of a red sash across the top of the stairs where two armed guards are standing by. Look to you, unhook it, and step back as you guys walk through and past them.
Thank you, sir. Nice ass. Thank you.
Give sort of a nod at that. As you guys make your way down, and you'll be shown to your rooms. Let me boop-a-doop-a-doo, pan on over here to the rooms. Let me make sure I've hidden everything that I need to hide.
Just imagine a grand, extravagant bed, and Peter doesn't know what to do with it, so he like puts the blanket on the floor and sleeps next to it.
Aw.
It's like it's too soft.
That's sad. So you guys have a couple rooms. How would you like to divvy yourselves up?
Well, Piotr's gotta have a room with no window.
Alright, so we're putting Peter on the inside room.
Joke's on you, I have a courtyard here.
Torin clearly gets the largest room.
Yeah,
master
that's true.
bed. Alright.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is
He's gotta have the right accommodations for his present later.
You were gonna hear gunshots.
Oh god. Who's co-bunking with Peter, or the four of you divvying up among the other two rooms?
I'll bunk with Peter. I'd rather have a courtyard view.
Just
Cool.
imagine Torrance standing in the middle of that giant fucking rug, just looking
That's what I
around
mean.
like.
It's got a 16-foot ceiling.
I'll bunk with Hashu. I don't want to be in the room with the crazy scientist.
Alright, we'll put you with Hachu. Wilhelm,
Oh
unfortunately,
yeah,
you're
because you want to
alone
be
in the
in
twin
the
bedroom.
room with a necromancer.
Where am I?
You're
True,
alone in
but,
the
you know.
twin bedroom in the top right.
Oh, shucks, I'm
I don't
alone.
expect you to summon the dead here. Meanwhile,
True.
Wilhelm experimenting is a high
If
possibility.
anywhere you should expect that, it should be Egypt.
Mustard gas
True.
pouring out from under Wilhelm's fucking door. Oopsies!
Don't mind that.
Look, hey, what, are you going to pay for my spell slots? I'm not using it here.
Bro, you regenerate spell slots every time you sleep.
And I'm still charging for them.
Wow.
And as you guys are shown to your room, Sala eventually takes you around and shows you that as part of being in the executive suite, which he reserves only for his most favorite patrons and the ones that he has paid the highest to take care of, you guys have full access to the executive suite lodging, which is quite literally a dining and meeting area, a little hookah lounge, a little bar with all kinds of drinks behind it, a full set kitchen with 2 chefs on standby. You guys are stacked.
Goodness gracious. Torrance in heaven.
I wish I was, man, I wish I
He's
was
just
sweet.
gonna
This
fall
mess
into that
everywhere I
bed
went.
and disappear.
Just assume that he's spending the rest of the evening indulging in every single thing he can. Hookah, feast, wine, some more hookah, feast, some more hookah, some more wine. Just fucking.
Good lord. Let me switch it over to some more chill
Yeah.
music. If I
Yeah,
have
unless you
some
seek him
here.
out, he is out of commission.
Aw. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Welcome to the Continental Hotel. You guys now have the rest of the evening to discuss and talk among yourselves and figure out what all you would like to do. Oh
Rover,
god.
I'm assuming you know why I chose to bunk with you.
No. Are you going to try and buy the kobold? Lady of the night, please do not get me involved in that.
Oh, it's already been done, my friend. All that's left is the timing. No, unfortunately, I wanted to work with you on discerning who's been bought and who by, and what we can do to alleviate that problem. As you well know, my prior occupations involve a little bit of the same work.
We're in the first half of 1936, right?
Yep.
Good news is the British do have at least one battleship at
You're in the
You're looking
second.
up the same thing I'm looking
Alexander.
up.
You're in the second
Yeah.
quarter of 36.
I can't find the list of ships, but HMS Resolution was the flagship of the Mediterranean fleet. That being said, I do believe. Can I roll? Would it be perception or you know what? Fuck it. Let's go. Let us go. Take a look at the kobold's hip and see if he was truthful about his interrogation techniques.
What are you up to currently, Torin?
Wine. Wherever that, probably over here. Wine.
I'm assuming he's still wearing the fez, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What's something Torin would lie about if we asked him that we would know is a lie?
I'm not pitching in on this one. You gotta figure this out.
Yeah, I think that's something you're
What?
gonna have to figure out while he's there drinking. He's sitting at the bar. You see his legs hanging off the side of the bar stool as he's sipping some of the wine.
Wait, why are you trying to?
I think
Torn to lie?
I see.
Torn to lie? Probably best if I don't know.
Yes, the roast ham, please. Yes. Yes.
Leroy, before we go in, I think we should ask him if he stole anything from the mess hall before we left England.
One of the chefs
decided to
comes by
seize.
and sets a nice rotisserie ham in front of Torn.
Oh, yeah.
I grab my, I put my hat on my head, grab my cane, and a cup of Turkish tea, and
Before we do go, though, Leroy, you should come up with a second thing in case he does not lie about this first one.
noted.
All right, I guess we're gonna come in. I'm gonna sit down next to Torin. I assume me on one side, Leroy on the other.
He is somehow politely destroying this ham. His movements are polite, but it is just disappearing.
Gonna lean in, and I'm going to ask, Torin, did you steal any food from the mess hall before we left England?
What are you saying? I don't steal.
Just give me a yes or no answer.
Yes?
Well, at least he didn't try to lie about it.
It's a pity. I'm gonna kind of look at you and see if you have anything, Leroy.
I shake my head and I look at Piotr and I was like, "You're the priest."
What is this? What is this?
I'm just gonna pluck the fez off his head, and I'd like to do an Arcana check on it.
Hey,
All right, roll me Arcana.
I strong-armed that fair and square.
Fuck.
It's a nice fez hat.
I'll do it. Let me pluck it from Piotr's hand to do an Arcana myself.
All right.
As he does that, I'm gonna tell Torin, did it ever occur to you that he said that he has something that ensures the loyalty in his employees, and then gestured to their hats?
I think I missed that bit. Oh, is that you implying?
We were hoping to see. We were
there's
hoping
only
to
one.
see how effective they would be.
Does a 26 work?
Jesus Christ.
Leroy, you're
Fucking
looking
hell.
at it and you can't quite tell. Torrin snatches it back from you and holding it. It is magical, but it is, for lack of better words, it is chained magic. As in, this is one of an assortment of many items that are all linked to one singular item in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he's gonna forward this.
This is a chained magical item. It's linked to, I assume, one. I guess you'd call it a master. Yeah, there's magic. I should really think about that before putting on random hat, shouldn't I?
Presumably, he has a wand, or looking at him, perhaps a fancy ring that allows him to control all the others. I'm presuming there's a chef delivering a whole nother ham in front of Torin as we're speaking.
There's a chef pulling over some gravy and like mashed potatoes and assorted foods and setting it beside the ham.
Oh, it's okay. I brought my own.
No, that was a joke. He doesn't actually say.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going to turn to the chef as he's delivering it and ask him if that would be correct. That Sulla has a wand or something he interrogates them with every week.
A wand? Sir? No wand. And he takes his chef hat off, which is kind of one of those poofy, like, deflated ones. He takes it off, and you see he's also wearing a fez.
Genius.
And he kind of motions to it. We
Man is wearing
wear
two hats
these.
at once. He's a genius.
Yes, we were forced to wear these while in his employ, as it doesn't allow us to lie to him. While he is wearing his hat, and if we are wearing ours, if we should lie in any way while speaking to him, we find ourselves in much pain.
See, he said much pain. You said much. Can we define what much pain is?
A lot.
I have never lied, and I never will. I am a loyal worker, but we have seen those who do lie. It's a unfortunate contorting exhibit. They tend to break and fold in spots where the human body should not bend.
Ooh.
Oh, delightful. Can I have some more wine, please?
Of course, sir. And you'll
Thank you.
go and get the wine and pour another glass and set the bottle next to you.
Well, that would seem to verify the truth of that statement.
So I suppose
If this is indeed magical, which you said it was, then I believe we can trust his statement that nobody has been approached by the Italians here, which does make our search harder.
Could you do me a quick favor?
Of course.
No, not you, Peter.
What?
I still want to wear this hat. Can you, like, make all this magic go away?
It would probably be best for everyone involved if you let it hang from Jan. Oh God, what's the name of the fucking word? Dan?
Head?
Hat stand. No.
Well, look at it this way. I mean, I don't.
Torn.
What?
Torn. I forbid you from wearing this for the duration of this trip. You may wear it once we get back in England, but as long as we are in Egypt, sir, this will not be on your head.
On one condition.
What would that be?
I wear your hat.
There is a price for wearing my hat, sir.
And?
Are you willing to pay that price?
I don't know what's the price.
Another.
For me to know and you not to worry about.
Don't worry, I just noticed we're the only people with a bathroom.
No window, but you get a bathroom.
You may wear this hat, but you have to follow through with whatever happens after.
Based off his 26 Arcana, would he know if Remove Curse is going to work on this, or is this just magic as opposed to a curse?
It's just magic.
Yeah, so I do not think I can remove just utility magic. Only malicious curses.
He's staring intensely at Leroy. Leroy.
Alright, but if there's
Leroy's just smirking at him.
deal, but nothing gay. I mean,
You don't get to make conditions, sir.
That is the one condition. No homosexuality.
There's
Zero
no conditions.
homosexuality. That
If
is
you want
the
to wear
condition.
this hat, there are no conditions. You have to follow through with whatever happens.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I just got a notification that I was just invited to a Twitter Spaces for, quote, Nubian Queens.
What are you trying to tell us, Matt?
I have no fucking clue!
Has Egypt already done that to you?
I know you drive a Subaru, but I mean, what?
Driving a Subaru makes me a lesbian, and the fact that I'm a guy means I'm straight.
God.
I take
Well,
the hat
even
off
fake,
my
he's
head
not a real Subaru owner.
and I hand it to Torn.
Ooh. He's like sitting there, like growling, like.
Are
Fine,
you in
deal.
or out?
He holds
If
out his
you're in,
hand.
just give us a shout.
He holds out his hand for a handshake.
I bypass the handshake and I plop the hat on his head and tug it down nice and hard so it's sitting firmly over his little horns.
Oh.
Deal. And I just kind of grin and sip my tea.
Yeah, I'm getting the better deal out of this, definitely.
I do believe you have made a deal with the devil, Thorin. Or at least a devil, given that smile.
He's the devil, I know.
But didn't make you do it though.
He's literally sitting there with a whip on his belt with a fucking hat.
Oh my god.
Knox, that message I sent you, make it happen.
Alright, let me double check here.
That's on the company budget, by the way.
Yep.
Are you actually...
We're gonna start.
Like, is that an actual request, Leroy?
That is an actual request.
Alright, it might be slightly
no.
modified, but alright.
We're gonna start after this business trip, quote unquote. We're gonna start referring to the OSS as the company, like it's the CIA.
The company. Oh man. Yeah, you guys are able to look at this, Torn. You have gained yourself another new hat of a party member. You got your whip on your side. You got ham in front of you, potatoes. You got all kinds of food at the ready. You guys are shaking him down for his fez hat.
In a moment of freedom for the poor chef who has to continually serve Torin, I'm going to ask him where one would go to recruit employees for an expedition.
Well, I suppose it matters what country you're from. If you're from any of the Commonwealth, you would of course come to the military garrison here, but if you were from elsewhere... I do believe there is a small guild just south that you may be able to find some less than desirables that may be hireable for some jobs, but of course it is all hearsay. I've not ventured outside much to know whether that was a option or not.
All right. Thank you.
Of course, sir.
Another question.
Hmm.
So is the pay, does that make up for the whole not lying so you don't get, like, twisted into a pretzel thing? Like, is it worth it?
Oh, yes, quite. The benefits, the support, the family aid, we're very well taken care of. Were it not for the understandable security precaution, him being the magistrate and representative of the Crown's operations here in Cairo, it seems like a very small price to pay, and why lie to your boss?
I mean, he does have a good point. See, I'm a little hung up on the whole contorting people thing, but I mean, the terms are on the table when you sign up, so I mean, you know what you're getting into, right?
Precisely.
Torrent's gonna shoulder check, look over at Peter.
You all right? The terms are on the table.
Can I have some more wine, please?
I advise you slow down, but of course, sir. He'll take another and start pouring a glass for you and set the bottle back
At
down.
the end of this bottle, cut him off. As I'm walking away.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
get you drunk now.
Lauren, we don't need you hungover in the morning. Make sure he gets a bunch of water, too.
Of course.
And maybe a coffee.
I can take care of myself, you know.
Oh,
I
you're
would
taking
do
care
the
of
same
yourself
for
quite well
Nikos.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why is
Nikos.
Leroy just sitting back there snickering? It's very distracting.
While you guys are hanging out, sitting, Torrens gorging himself, what are you up to, Nikos? What are you...
Well, I was just kind of looking around at the accommodations and then stopped to watch the whole debacle.
Alright.
I'm assuming he gave me more details than Guild to the South, right?
That's the max details he had. You might have
in
to
that
ask
case,
elsewhere to see where the not legal, quiet, hush-hush mercenary guild is located.
Or some
Yeah, in that
sort.
case, I'm gonna go off to look for someone else and see if Nikos and or Leroy are going to join me on that.
I'll join you.
Alright. Hachu and Wilhelm, what are you two gonna be up to?
Good question.
Keep that bottle room temperature for me, bartender. I'm hitting the hookah lounge.
Of course, sir. He'll take the bottle, put it off to the side, and you're able to stagger your way across to a bunch of throw pillows and floor pillows that got a really nice big four-stemmed hookah in the middle of it. And one of the stewards come by and light it for you and sift the coals and get it going.
If we had Strain, this would be a great time to get him shit-faced, because it'd be so funny when he has to deal with his own consequences.
Oh, he's got a con save coming up real soon.
Cut back to him with all four stems in his mouth, like...
Oh no.
You said all four. At first, I thought he was gonna be down on all fours, skittering around like a fucking crab.
He's just lizard walking like Komodo dragon. Just.
Oh my god. You're just standing there talking, and he just Komodo dragon walks by across the hall.
In the background of every conversation.
He's like on the ceiling, licking an eyeball, looking down at you.
Oh my god.
With the Forukas in his mouth.
He's reduced to primal kobold.
Oh god.
God.
I wouldn't even say primal kobold. This is just pure lizard.
Yeah. Hachu, you got the room to you got the grounds to you got all kinds of stuff available at what you would picture to be a like 5.5-star hotel. What's Hachu doing? Getting comfy, looking around.
Yeah, just getting comfy because this is definitely being treated better than 90% of his life.
Aw. Alright, you'll get yourself nice and comfy and dug in. You're able to coil up, they're able to bring you some like warm pads and other stuff. And just make it real nice and cozy in the room for you. They get some incense going. Wilhelm, while you're chilling in your room, what would you be up to, sir?
I actually was gonna look at possibly going to a bazaar or something like that. I want to like unload all the shit that I don't want to get taken. What I might do is see if I can like requisition some lighter clothes, like just lighter fabrics, and similar cut styles to where I can still have like my pistol holsters for my underarm, like almost like just like, you know, light cotton or linen like shirt and pants, with maybe like a blazer, very pseudo similar to Jonathan in The Mummy.
Okay, so you're kind of getting the local fit going, you're getting your gear set
Yeah.
up, getting the underarm holsters, like, okay, yeah, I vibe with that.
And then going to a bazaar and kind of doing the same thing I was doing before, except I'm not gonna pull out the potion this time. I'm just gonna be looking for, I'm gonna be looking for like accruing potion supplies and stuff like that.
Okay. So you just
But I
want
do
like
want to talk to the
general order of supplies be sent to you for kind of mixing and whatnot?
yeah. And if they have, I almost want to try to. I don't know if I want to reverse engineer the nerf constrictor or just try to make more poison and see what happens.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna, for right now, I'm done with the nerve constrictor. I just want to see if I can make some more just regular poisons.
See, this is why I didn't want to be in the room with him.
Alright, yeah. You're able to get one of the stewards to come by, and after a little bit, it takes them a while to procure it, but they're able to show up with a myriad of beakers and hot plates and mixers that you might need, and kind of set them up on a desk with an additional desk for you. You also have your stuff, but they're bringing you any additional and mixture of various small amounts of potions and
Yeah,
things
actual
of the like.
Bunsen burners, so I don't have to friggin'
Yeah.
try to bring that on a plane.
Yeah, that'd be bad. They're able to bring you the full setup, plus what you have on yourself and is unpacked from your luggage, that you're able to get a proper, like, setup going in the corner of the room that will allow you to start looking into that. If you want to roll a... What did we do? Intelligence and sleight of hand for, making another potion. Or not potion, poison.
Jeez, my friggin' rolls today have been shit.
Oof. Well, you make another poison. You're not entirely sure what it is, but you can tell it's poisonous by the fact that once you touch it to the roots of one of the little bitty plants you got sitting next to you, it starts to wither away.
Oh.
Okay, so it's an anti-plant.
Now
Great
you got
in a
Agent
desert.
Orange.
I won't try anything like putting it to flame or anything like that. So mysterious poison. I have one of. I'm gonna put that down here. I'm gonna wait till I get to a better location, or just out in the middle of the desert to test some of the other properties of it.
Alright.
And then yeah, I think that might be it. I might try to, in my new getup, I might just try to do a little walk around the city, with just like minimal stuff. I'm leaving basically my money at home, all that.
Just gonna do a little bit of stroll around the hotel and
Yeah, maybe try to like do some information gathering on like, you know, just sketchy people who have probably possibly been around the city that aren't natives.
Alright. Let me make some notes here. And then, let's see, Nikos and Peter. You guys were going to find info on Merc Guild? Leroy.
Is Leroy coming with us or no?
I believe so. Leroy, are you gonna be going with the other two into town to try to find the mercenary guild and hiring locations?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Shenanigans.
And Leroy.
He's going hatless.
Hot shoe.
Yeah, I'll find my own non-magically infused fez.
Yeah, enjoy the sun in your eyes, bitch.
Torn.
I'm always down for getting a new hat.
Benefits. Alright, got
Wait,
some
what?
notes on that. So since we are towards the end of the time for the session, next session we will resume the latter part of this evening where each of you are going amongst your groups to look for what you're looking for. However, for now, and at the request of Leroy, we're going to do a small little fast forward to Torin laying in your massively oversized bed for you. You basically have to scramble up into it and climb under the sheets like a cat as you get up to the top of it and clamber onto a pillow.
Hang on, we need to know whether or not me telling the bartender to cut Torin off and feed him water sobered Torin up any. Or is he absolutely smashed right now?
This is what I was just about to check. I need 2 con saves, Torn.
Oh. 15 and a 9.
Ooh. Okay.
Is he rolling with advantage, disadvantage, or nothing at all?
Nothing at all, just flat. So,
Should have given him advantage because I tried to sober him up.
Nah. He's hitting hookah, he's eating a lot of rich food, he's drinking a bunch of wine. He's gonna be
Lizard
feeling
crawling
Actually, that
around
would
the
put him at
VIP
disadvantage because hookah, if you're not careful, that's gonna get you real.
Yeah. That's
buzzed.
exactly what determined the numbers that I'd be setting this at. So, Torn, as you clamber up at the end of a very fruitful and good evening, you get up into the bed and scamper your way in. You snuggle to one of the pillows. I need you to roll me a perception check, please, at disadvantage.
Okay. I had disadvantage. Oh, a 16.
Well, you're laying there, one eye kind of blinks, the other eye blinks, and you're like, this is such a comfy, nice bed. And you're really just starting to sink into it. It feels great. And the bed's starting to sink a little bit more, and a bit more, and you're like, wow, this pocket is really deep. I am sinking quite far. As you're able to look and fully gain your vision again, reared up with both front hooves on the center of the bed, causing you to kind of sink towards it, is Leroy's ordered, looks very obviously thin linen dressed, or not so much dressed, but like draped over very slender Arabian centaur chick who is looking to you a bit expectantly.
You just let yourself in there, didn't you? Wow, you are like 8 feet tall. Oh, shit.
We're gonna need, as we end off the session, we're gonna need 2 performance rolls from Torin.
Alright, come on, baby. Come on, dice. Come on, dice. Let's go. Oh, pulling all my luck here. Well,
Alright, don't you dare use an inspiration on this. Oh, uh-oh.
I've been debating using inspiration on the second roll.
It'd be an automatic
Get a nat
success if
one.
you do.
I know. I can't use it on this. I can't. Someone's gonna die if I don't use it later. I can't use it on this.
You gotta save yourself after that first roll, though.
No. 3 and a 10.
Kind of make up for it. It's not your best, but pardon the pun, she definitely takes the reins on this one. And yeah, we'll see what Torin, how he's feeling and how sore and weight crushed he might be the next morning when we pick up the session.
She took the reins all right and put the bridle between his teeth.
Oh no.
Oh, wondrous company, we roam through the night, adventures of antiquity, chasing the light, against the odds and against the tide. No gold, no treasure can define. No gold, no treasure can